Go live. Going live. Going live. You're live. There we go. We're here.
Well then, we're here.
We are here. Hello.
You're here too. Fancy that.
Good afternoon. How are you?
If you're
Nice
doing
to
that,
see you here again.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
We did that bit before and it worked, didn't it? I didn't listen back to it, but I seem to remember that the...
Also, this is the customer complaint war. You can scream into this if you need to.
So, is the thing working? Did it work? Sai says hats. We did that gag last week. I tell you what, I'll grab a hat. I'm going to say I'll get the hat. That's it.
There you go.
I can't promise I'm going to wear it for the whole stream this time. All right. Am I wearing yours as well? All right.
I mean, you have placed it upon your head.
Yeah. There we go. Tower of Hats and the Norton giveaway. We'll do it at some point. I think we've done the gag. I don't think anyone actually cares. Right. Hello everyone. How are we all doing?
Good afternoon.
I have heard of going live. Let's see. When merch soon. Soon. It has been a week. So yes, we're at back-to-back fireman stuff. Well, I guess we could, yeah.
You need to wear the front-facing one on the top.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on a sec. Oh my god. Okay, we're putting in a lot of effort for a bit here.
There we go.
There we go.
I am pleased that you have.
All right. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? Right. Okay. A bit of echo. Hopefully, it will sort itself out. Now, lions won't attack me from behind. I see. Is that a reference to something? That sounds like a reference, but yeah. Anyway, Y209 with the £5 super chat. Have a drink. Thank you very much. I will do. I'm going to drink this coffee and then I will gladly have a drink. Thank you. Yeah. Well, we've got a couple of things. Caradog has blessed the stream with alcohol-free cider. Well, actually, I'll rephrase that. Alcohol-free Copperberg. I'm not gonna be so generous as to call it cider. I'm sorry, I can't wear these hats like this.
It's Graham cider.
Yeah. No, no. I'm sorry. Baseball hats aren't my cup of tea. I've put them out on show though, for the record, Si. They're scattered artfully around the shop. All right. What happened with that Dell job heat gun? No, it was lent up against a heater or something. I said at the start of the video. So yes, and then also there's some Brothers cider here that is cherry Bakewell flavour. So I'm gonna try some of that. That sounds like a drink.
Yes.
So
a beverage.
Yes. Very good. Rude, says Si. Well, I did say this to you, or at least I tried to telegraph it last week. I was like, I can't promise I'm going to wear these all the time, I think.
Or ever again. At any point.
However, they were interesting prototypes. Good. Anyway, yes, today is not the Wish water cooling special, but the AliExpress water cooling special.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a water cooling kit. So, firstly, backstory. For a couple of episodes, we were dicking around with Caradog's EK water cooling setup that came out of one of his PCs because it was just not performing. It was just not cooling properly.
Yeah. Well, the CPU was not getting cooled properly. The GPU was fine.
Yeah, and
inexplicably.
Yeah. Visually, there's nothing wrong with any of it apart from the hosing being a little bit manky. And we cleaned up the CPU block and still does not seem to cool. But the problem is we didn't have any other replacement CPU block, so we couldn't really do proper back-to-back testing to determine if just the block was faulty for whatever reason. So Caradog has gone off and bought a cheap Chinese water cooling kit from AliExpress, and so we
Well,
now...
no, it's not. It was not sold as a kit. I bought parts,
sets. Yeah.
parts from AliExpress,
Okay.
from Barrow and so on.
Right, okay, well tell me more of that in a moment.
So
then.
yes.
So we've got more water cooling stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to rig up a brand new water cooling kit on the test bench, validate that it works, and then we're going to start swapping out bits from the EK setup and find out what of the EK setup is actually still good. So we know once and for all what's good and what isn't. Oh, you're good. Did you just pinch yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to hurt. Yeah. Yeah,
No.
gives me conniptions. Good. All right. So that's the story. That's what we're doing. So with that being the case, cider cooled PC, we have the technology to do that now. If Caradog wishes to, we'll pick whatever is crap from this set. We'll use that anyway. So tell us about the parts that you use. Are you winning there? Do you want me to?
No.
Are you? Has it done the thing again?
Yes.
All right, I'll carry on doing this. You explain what
So
you
yes,
bought.
I have bought. Oh, actually, I think that one's come out okay.
Yeah, that.
Yes, that
oh
one has
yeah,
come
yeah,
out
yeah.
okay.
That's good. Yeah,
Ah, good.
yeah.
I have bought a Barrow D5 pump and res, which is here. And somewhere there's some mounting bits for it. A unknown brand 240mm radiator. So we have another radiator. And generic brand Intel AMD and GPU blocks, as in just GPU die blocks. So from that assembly, we should be able to find something that fits
Cool.
and cools.
Very well. Groovy. I'm going to position the bench cam to, so we just have a bench cam that's set up. This is the new anti-wobble bench cam setup. It's not quite as convenient. Well, I say anti-wobble in that when we wobble the table, the camera won't wobble.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like it's a cheap microphone stand. Let's just do a quick test. Bench cam test. Oh, very good. And we can wobble the table, and it doesn't wobble. Hurrah! I mean, you might see the table wobble, but now the camera won't wobble. Just going to move that a little bit back. All right. That is. I'm just going to frame this up actually, just so we know exactly where it's pointing. All right. That will do. Cool.
You are no longer required. Goodbye.
Right. Good. All right. So yeah, the first thing we're going to do, I guess, is just throw together a water cooling setup on this. Are we starting out CPU only?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, because that's the bit that was an issue.
Absolutely.
There was no.
Like, once we've
there was no issue with the GPU block.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like once we finish, if we want to do more testing, we've got your 5700 XT,
yeah.
and we've also got a 1070 water blocked, which does work. Which I thought was broken. Turns out it's not broken. Postal touched it and it started working again. So yeah, the Postal curse is broken. Or at the very least, it is purely when he touches my stuff. So yes, very good. So yeah, if we do if we have enough kit to actually do a full loop later if we want to. Why not hanging the cam on the ceiling? At the moment, because I still want to pick it up and move it around. The long-term goal is to have ceiling-mounted cams, one for this bench and one for the repair bench over there. But I don't have enough cameras for that yet. So at the moment they're on mic stands just so I can pick them up and move them around.
Also because money.
Yes, yeah. When we go ceiling cam, I will be mounting like DSLRs or something like that. So are you taming down the exposure a tad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. So yes, super long arm stuck to the ceiling. Starts to drill and water range. Yeah. Well, because I've got a drop ceiling here, I could probably take this microphone stand and just hang it along the top of the tiles, and it will probably bear a significant amount of weight. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be too difficult to achieve. So yes. But yeah, that's the long-term goal. But yeah, first I need to buy a lens for the Nikon that I've got at home. What did we decide for lenses? We like a 33 to 50 would probably do it, didn't we?
I can't remember what you said it was, but the whatever it was, I think it was an 18 to 55. Worked out that would be okay.
Yeah. So a standard kit lens is probably going to do the job. So. However, at the moment, I have a Nikon, an old Nikon body at home with no lens on it.
3300.
Yeah, it's a 3300. Yeah, and that will be fit for purpose. I just need to buy a lens for it, and then that will probably become. Do not. That will probably become the new repair bench cam. Although even once that's done, we won't have any kind of upgraded cam for this bench quite yet. Because when I do that, I will shuffle all of the... well, actually, I don't think I'll be able to retire this one quite yet, because the problem is, as soon as I have a fixed ceiling cam, I'm still going to need the Brio, because the ceiling cam will be fixed. If I want to do anything that involves me having to look at it at an angle or come in close or something like that, the ceiling cam won't be able to do that. There's a lot of advantages to running the camera setup that I run, which is why I still haven't replaced it.
Yeah, absolutely. Massive amounts of advantages for one person.
Yeah.
Stuff. Because obviously,
if you had a cameraman, it'd be no issue. If
Yeah.
you had a cameraman, it's a complete non-issue, because you can just have a chap who can just come in and look at what you're doing. But when you're doing a one-man shoot where you're the entire crew, having a webcam on a microphone stand is one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. So, yeah. Lead Farm says, had a client yesterday for 81, stored her passwords in a box and secured it. Then someone stole the box thinking there was money in the box.
Oh no.
Right. Good. Oh, the Insta360 cam. Yeah, I need to try and reach out to that company and say, hey, do you want to send me one of those? Because man, I could really showcase that. Well, that's
highest quality.
I was going to say, I'm not, without wanting to knock the things that you've purchased, but this is a really crap looking water block. However, oh no, yeah. All right, let's put that under the camera, shall we?
Right?
Yeah. Right, hang on a sec. Let me get the focus up. That is Brothers Cherry Bakewell cider. Next question. Closer. Too close. Very well. Okay, and the block. We need to go closer still. Hang on.
Closely.
Look closely. Huh? There we go. So there's our quote-unquote micro fins, everyone. They've obviously just got the smallest CNC milling part that they've got and just drilled a grid across that. So, yeah, not the best water block I've ever seen. Those aren't exactly micro fins there. However,
it was also a case of it was like £7 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilariously cheap.
Oh yeah, that's the Intel one.
Is that the same just with Intel mounts on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like £7. That's kind of funny, really, isn't it?
But it's why I got them, not because I'm expecting top class performance, but I'm expecting them to function.
Yeah, well, that's just it.
And then demonstrate where the issue is, hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm really expecting, is to demonstrate what is or is not faulty out of the EK stuff.
Yeah.
And just kind of go from there.
Fair enough.
And the other thing I thought would be interesting to do is just gross.
I'll put it in the bin later, but we might want to put it back on or something. I don't know. What do you want me to...
No, I meant the actual label. I'm just like, oh, it's one of those ones, isn't it? It feels horrid and slightly
Yeah.
just I was thinking it'd be interesting just to later just run it over a piece of sandpaper and see how not flat it is. But yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looks flat, but you're right. I doubt it's exactly been on an engineer's bench.
I will require an AM for black.
Backplate.
Yeah, please. Also, if it could be one that I could keep, that would be handy. Excellent.
And yes, you may.
Yes.
Goes on the other direction.
I was making sure it wasn't an AM3 Plus one. You.
How dare you? Imagine me having AM3 equipment in here. It's fine. Sai took most of it away last time. All right, yeah, but at least that's nice AM3. It's a Zalman. Back when Zalman were good.
It's also got the little felt bits on there, so it doesn't touch your special ATS window.
ATCS, and
Okay.
it's an acrylic window on an ATCS case. None of that polystyrene rubbish. Anyway, where were we? Yes, yeah. Feel free to pick a nice one out of the Selectorama and take with. So yes.
Well, just to yes.
Oh, to live on here. Yeah, no problem.
There.
Yeah, as you can see, I have spares. Very good.
How does this place continuously misplace its screwdrivers?
They should all be in the thing.
I want the big yellow one, to be honest.
The big yellow one. Okay, hang on a sec. The big yellow one, is it the big yellow one's designated home is over here, and it is exactly here.
Oh, okay.
It lives in the Proxon box now.
Okay, because you kept misplacing it.
Yeah, so I started actually putting it away in a sensible place where I'd know where it is.
Sensible.
Good. Oh, did you have one of the brownie bites?
I did not.
Oh,
I just opened the box and looked and just went, there is Nutella and something else.
Oh, hell yeah. This was a customer gift. I had a lady come in with a MacBook that had a stone jammed into the mini display port. No idea. She was just like, oh, it's broken, it doesn't work. And I was just like, well, there's a stone in there. And she's like, oh, I couldn't see that. And I'm like, yeah. So I fished it out with a pair of tweezers and was like, there you go, ma'am, be on your way, kind of thing. And promptly dispatched her from the shop. Then the next day, this arrived via courier, no less, with a big label on it saying, deliver same day food goods, urgent kind of thing. And it's a
good.
Yeah, it's a box of fresh brownies. So, well, they're not fresh anymore because they're like from yesterday or something. So, but I hadn't opened it. So they should still be good. They look very nice though. Look at this. Hang on a sec. Look at these brownies. Look how tasty they look.
Oh my god.
There's like peanut butter and Nutella and stuff like that. They look gorgeous. So yeah, I'm suitably impressed.
Where is your large tape?
Large what?
Tape.
Measuring tape.
No, adhesive.
Oh, adhesive tape. Well,
yeah, that'll do.
Yep. Oh yeah, I see what you're gunning at. Yeah. All right, let's go for the tall boy shot.
Go for the extend.
Face cam with bench. Let's do that. There we go. All right. Food good. Yes.
Absolutely.
Do we pay customs on AliExpress stuff? We don't have to pay customs, but we do have to pay VAT. It's bundled into the cost at the checkout these days. So yeah, stuff is a little bit more expensive than it used to be. Thanks, Tory government. But yeah. Hot air them fresh again. No, that's not how that works.
Reflow Bakewell.
Re-hot Bakewell, bro. 100% fix.
100% fix for Hungary. Wait.
These are really good.
Yeah. There you go.
Right.
That is sufficiently
Hmm.
on there.
Okay, so... Oh, they come with their own thermal compound.
Oh, the blocks.
I don't want the brownies.
I wasn't entirely paying attention. I was just like,
I see. Anyway, yeah. So we're using the AMD backplate, and then we've got these spring-loaded boys here, which will screw directly down onto the block with a sachet of thermal paste. That thermal paste is probably already separated into water and bird poop. So yeah, we won't be using that.
bleh, coffee bits.
Oh, some grounds at the bottom. Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention, just kind of went,
Oh, you went. Oh, yeah. See, because I drink cafetiere coffee all the time at home, I'm used to leaving the dregs at the bottom. But if you're not prepared for it, then yeah.
My tongue.
I understood that reference.
So how does this work? Oh, there is. Hold on. There is a nut and a spring and some washers. And I was like, okay.
Unless they're just doing bolt all the way through the board.
I'm going to get rid of that because.
Yeah, I mean, if that will go through into the back plate.
And that.
Yeah, I think they're intending you to bolt that directly through the board, which is horrifying.
And then take that and that off and thread that and that through that and then end up with that.
I would check if that thread fits first before getting it all in place.
Yeah. Or just working out how you'd kind of use it. I guess something like that.
Does the thread actually fit?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm just about to double check. I don't think so.
Yeah. See,
I think it's too big.
Yeah, it looks too big.
Because it will engage and then instantly lock. Yeah, that's too big.
Yeah. So what I think is intended,
Bing!
I would go.
This is going to be slightly cack-handed, isn't it?
So I would do that bit underneath the board. So that's holding on the bottom. Then on the top of the board, you've then got another washer. So the board is between the two washers. Then this guy sitting on top, and then spring and screw.
Oh, and use that as a...
Yeah.
And have a spring on top.
Yeah. So essentially the reverse of what they've got in the bag. I don't think this is... I think this is just... They've just lobbed all of this on there for packaging, not because that's the way you actually mount it up.
And the head is sufficient for that lot to slide off. Yes.
Teltac, hello, hello.
Cool, fine. So
you would leak test it before putting it anywhere near electronics? That's a sensible idea. We might be going no guts, no glory here, which is not recommended, but just what I think we're going to do. However, I think mainly just due to the nature of how annoying these mounts are going to be.
Oh yeah, but it's also a case of if this gets wet, it doesn't matter because this isn't going to be turned on because we have
Oh
this.
yeah. We're not going to power up the computer initially, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Just blow into it as a quick dirty try. That won't prove anything. So yeah. Right. Just saw this in your notifications. What are we doing today? Well, we've got a low. Let me try that again.
A lo-fi?
We've got some. We do have a lo-fi. We've got some very cheap water cooling stuff. Yep. We've got some very cheap water cooling stuff, and we're currently setting that up on our test rig. And once we've established that the cheap water cooling stuff works, we're going to start swapping in some potentially faulty water cooling kit so we can figure out what we've got works and what doesn't work. However, we're currently just being a bit bamboozled by the mounting system for our 7-pound water blocks.
What were you suggesting again?
Let's swap places a second.
We'll have to build it in inverse, won't we? Because we'll have to build it up on here and then motherboard onto this.
Yeah. Well, let me.
Because we'll have to actually screw the other thread in initially.
Okay. Well, bear with me a sec while I'm just gonna try a thing.
Yes.
Could you unpack the other things for me? Right, that's one of them. I'm just going to do it how I think I would do it, and I'm just going to YOLO this a sec.
Yes. I'm just intrigued by there being 2 nuts.
Yes. Yes. All right. That and that.
Conveniently, they're identical between the blocks.
Okay, then I'll stick.
Ah, I see.
Put that up there. Oh, I intended to put this through the thing first.
Yes.
Because I'm a big brain genius.
Yes, and then that holds those onto the block. And stops them grounding out on the block. And stops them squashing the socket.
Yeah. I'm missing some of the big boys. Where are the... Oh, here they are. Yep. Right, so now these won't fall off of the block. Making this up as I go along. Just
to double check before that.
Yeah.
How big is that thing compared to the height of the socket?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on there, and then I'm going to... oops, I need to back those off so they can move around. I always forget, do we want to be on the inside or the outside of the things?
Oh, they're actually smaller than the socket anyway.
Yeah. The outside ones.
Are they actually somewhat separated?
Yeah, it's AM3 and 4 compatible. There we go. That's going to go on like that. So then I'm going to basically I'm going to undo those down. Yeah, I'm going to flip it all over in a sec. So right, I'm going to put some washers under there so the metal things don't scratch up the board.
Sensible. Oh boy.
There we go. Right. Now I shall flip this guy over. Right, and I shall now put more washers on. I've no idea if this is right or not.
No.
However,
I'm sure there is an instruction available.
Yeah. However,
in Cantonese.
Yes. It will work though.
One thing we haven't done though before you actually do it is there is no thermal paste.
Oh yeah, balls. Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna sort of loose fit this, but
just kind of
yeah, just so
what it does.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So that is on. So now, if we tightened down, so we could screw through if we tighten down these bolts. So now if I tighten down the bolt, the nuts on the bottom, it goes down, and it will go down until we get to the thick one. So that's kind of our stop. This can't be right. Oh, hang on a sec. I think we should do it all inverted. Yeah. Hang on a sec. We need to flip it all upside down so the top of the thing is on the bottom of the board, because then we can screw everything down from the top.
The top of the what? So what? The screw head is actually at the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now I've realised that is really obvious to me. Okay, I have a plan. So everyone in the chat who was screaming at me going, "It's upside down." Yeah, I know. Of course, if you bought a decent branded one, it would have some mounts that actually make sense.
Yeah, absolutely. But also that costs money.
Yes. However, I'm mainly saying that in defense of myself. Is a case of this is why I'm not owned. It's just the product is dumb. I'm not owned, I say, shrinking into a corn cob.
What?
It's a drill tweet. The most infamous shit poster of Twitter.
Oh, I thought that was Elon Musk.
That's a spicy take. However,
I mean, I've already functionally been banned from Twitter by third-party APIs no longer working.
Yeah. Is there any movement on that? Is that still...
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so, because it's died out of the news cycle. Right, there's that. And I'm going to put another screw down on there. So basically what we'll have is 4 posts sticking up through the board.
That works from the point of view of having multiple things you need to put in to the socket. Having it this way round. Having the mounting mounted to the board.
Yeah.
Whereas if you predominantly have the mounting mounted to the block, it's effectively as if you're swapping that block around lots of boards. So yeah.
Apparently Twitter rescinded that.
Oh really? When?
Yeah.
Just because it wasn't working Thursday night. And I'm not actually that bothered. But it's just a case I'm just like, oh, I have never used the first party app.
Yeah.
I have never used the website.
See, I
am not going to start using it now. Therefore, I no longer use Twitter.
Yeah. See, I'm already accustomed to the website and the main Twitter app, so it doesn't bother me too much. I'm so used to their nonsense already that I barely noticed any change.
Yes.
Which is not to say
excuse it.
Yeah, which is not to excuse it, but it's a sense of
you have already lost.
I'm not owned, I say, shrinking into a corn cob.
No. I only have ever used third-party apps.
Yeah.
I genuinely signed up for Twitter because I needed an account for testing purposes when I was at HTC.
Ah, I see. Are those pliers to hand?
They should be.
Ah, here they are.
They should be. Yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to graunch these. I'm just going to give them a little tweak.
Makes sense. But no, I was just like, because I needed to test the functionality of all of the integrations of stuff. So I was like, oh, I need an account that I actually somewhat use.
Yeah.
To then see whether replies, notifications, DMs, etc. function.
Yeah.
And it was just a case of it kind of went from there. And I was like, oh God, now I have to have a Facebook account. So I need to double check the Facebook integration.
Yeah.
Okay, that means I have to use Instagram. I was just like, luckily it was all for work. So it was kind of a case where it was just like, oh, it's 5 p.m. Goodbye, screw all of you.
Did Instagram exist when you were with HTC?
Yeah, it's a standalone company.
Oh, I thought they were. I didn't think they came into existence until after that.
Yeah, because don't forget, I was still with them until 2013.
Yeah, I suppose.
Until August 2013. So yeah, so it was a case of
Yeah.
it was a while ago. Now, but obviously that's reasonably late in the social media.
Right. Okay. So now we've got 4 posts sticking out from around the CPU.
There are 4 posts.
I'm going to bring the camera in a bit closer. There we go. So now we can paste the block. We can put the block on. 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 I need to loosen and retighten one of those because it's not centered in the hole properly. We'll put the block on, and then we put a spring on there, and we tighten it down with one of those.
Yes.
Bam, tension.
Can you feel the tension in this scene?
Now I'll take the block off.
I'll take his block off.
There's the things, right?
Yes, I was there for when 4G was new. And
I'm going to commit and paste this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember using like the UK's first 4G phone that didn't actually support any of the bands that the UK were going to have for 4G.
Oh no.
And technically before that, the world's first 4G phone was an HTC phone that was only sold in Russia, but obviously I had to know about because I needed to know about all of them. And it only supported WiMAX, which was a very weird CDMA extension to give 4G. And I was just like, ah.
I see.
Yes, it was an interesting time. No, I wasn't a telecoms engineer. I was working on the user end software side of it. So supporting people who gave support to users, and actually testing the software updates before they went out to devices. So I was doing user acceptance testing for the internal HTC software for client tracking and fault logging and so on, and also the actual software updates that rolled out to devices. So yeah. Hey! I'll have you know,
what were you accused for?
I was absolutely fine at HTC. I was excellent. It was one of the weird situations where I was there and working, and I was one of the few people who was actually technical in a job that was reasonably highly technical. I was like, oh God. But yes, I miss a lot of the original Windows mobile devices. It's like the actual hardware on them, the physical feel of them was spot on. But yes, nothing has ever quite matched that for me. You know, they just became less and less relevant as like stock Android became better and had more and more of the features that HTC was integrating by default. Sorry, stock Android had more of the features that HTC had sort of developed and so on. They never really nailed marketing, so they always remained a sort of fourth place option, even though they were the like ODM for so many devices. And just, I don't know, they just started releasing devices that were, kind of a bit weird, or they had really janky software on there, so you didn't really want to use it because it felt really slow. So yeah, just stuff like that. It was just, annoying.
It's very difficult to gauge how tight to do these because there's no guides at all. So, and I think
very much just doing it by height.
and because we don't have a backplate on, if you over tighten, you'll just push the CPU physically through the socket, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I've just had a look and been like, oh, I don't like that. I think I've over tightened, so I'm just backing everything out a touch.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember having to do support for the. Oh no, it was the Toshiba mobile phone that they released, like the only one they did with Android. That had a screen with a viewing angle of about 7 degrees. So you'd look at it straight on, and the colours would be bad for the time. You'd turn it to a couple of degrees either way, and it would just go grayscale in one direction and pink in the other.
Oof.
And we had like 5 of these devices, and they all did exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a fault; it was functioning as intended, kind of thing. They were just like the cheapest screens they could put on devices. It was just like, God,
that's terrible, man. Is that a delivery guy? Oh no! Oh, okay. Right.
No, do not.
All right, I do actually need to go and chat with this lady.
Absolutely.
Right, I think that is on.
Excellent. I will insert fittings into the water cooling and double check we are on frame. Good. Whilst I continue to attempt to regale tales of mobile phones and so on. But yes. No. Yes. I was going to say, the HTC have still released, are still technically owning the Vive brand and have released a lot of devices from since the original Vive, but they've kind of let the HTC branding drop off and have just gone on to pushing the Vive branding for all of the devices. So yeah, they just kind of let that happen because it was a case of, the HTC brand I felt got kind of a bit damaged just because they got interested in shipping weird devices and then like Bitcoin phones and crypto wallet devices and stuff like that. So yeah, they just kind of let it peter out and then just let Vive take over. Yes. What phones we use? We both use Pixel 6. Have you got a Pixel 6 Pro? Or do you just get a Pixel 6?
A Pixel 6 vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got the 6 Pro and Graham's got the 6.
Yeah. No, I don't. I didn't want to spend more than £400 on a phone, basically.
Yeah.
And the Pro didn't offer me anything. I'm also glad because when I got the Pixel 6 is the biggest phone I've ever owned, and when I got it,
It's such a small phone.
It was an adjustment for me when I started using the Pixel 6. At first, I was like, I think I've made a mistake. I don't like the size of this. It's too big. So I think the Pixel 6 Pro, if I had bought one, I think I probably would have sent it back and been like, no, this is too big. I can't one hand this comfortably. And yeah, as I say, I think the Pixel 6 is definitely my upper limit now. Like, I will...
no.
Is the Pixel 6 at 6-inch? Or is it...
I can't remember. I think
I've got calipers in front
fraction
of me.
below that. I think it's a fraction below that, but I'm not entirely certain.
Yeah. Oh, the calipers can't open that wide. I'll have to use the ruler on them. Yeah. Oh, it's bigger than 6 inches across. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. It's either way. Yeah, it's too big. Why not Pixel 7? Because it hadn't been released when we bought our phones. So, yeah. I've had this for 6 months or so, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. But since before it's easily before the 7 came out, I bought mine refurbished. So yeah, because I had no interest. I wasn't bothered about a brand new one. But yeah, either way, it's as big as I would want. Like, I cannot hold a bigger phone than the Pixel 6 in my hand and use it comfortably. So yes. But yes, was the Pixel 1 inch? It was not, no. But let's see. Right. Need a sign that can. Well, I mean, I should close the heckin' blind that I have, that I put up a blind specifically for this purpose, which I will now close.
The blind for being closed. The
Yes.
blind person's clothes.
Yes.
Wait.
What? The blind that blocks us from view so people can't look through the door, see that there are actually people in the building and go, "Are you open?" It's like, no, that's why the lights are off and the door is locked. But people assume that because you're in the building, you're at work. And it's like, no. Anyway.
I have hacked it. And I can't get the bloody thing off now.
What have you hacked?
That. I screwed that on and apparently...
It's a compression fitting and it's on too tightly.
Yeah, it's the bit that screws onto the top and it should just
Yeah, okay.
easily finger off like that.
Where's the vice gone?
It's there, next to the
I'm just going to vice it, and then it's knurled, so can probably do it by hand if the bottom is held. So
yes,
there is a possibility that I will mark the bottom. However, I think that is just simply what it will take to get some of these parts open.
Yeah. There's certainly been a smidgen of corrosion in some of the places.
Yeah, although a lot of this has been sitting and standing for a while.
So it's a case of there was a little bit of sitting
around
around on stuff, so you can see just kind of smudges of stuff. Yes, it's just like, how did I do this? I barely did it finger tight, and now it is stuck.
Heat cycles, I guess.
But like I did that today.
Oh,
I just put that on there today, like barely touching, and now I'm just like, it won't come off.
Oh well, there we go. Very good. All right, let's go back to that view. I think. Finger it, you say. Hello, JD. All right. Okay. Did I ever put the fans in the studio lights? I haven't gotten around to it. I'm not going to lie, I forgot to order the fans, which is why we haven't done it yet. I still want to do it though, because I'm using 2 of those lights at home for my Twitch streams now.
Which you can find out.
Which you can find out by going to this link. I'll be playing Ocarina of Time tomorrow at 7 PM UK.
Excuse me.
Are you allergic to my nonsense or something, you know? Anyway.
Where's the pump box? There's the pump box.
If you need to cough, then just say and I'll mute you. Whereas when you try and suppress it...
No, I was trying to cough and failing.
Okay. Anyway.
Have your Graham cloth.
That's Corona cloth. Anyway, right. What was I going to say? Oh yeah,
streaming.
I'm using 2 of those softboxes at home for my Twitch streams, and every time I'm using them, they're noisy, and every time I'm sitting there going, these lights are noisy, and it's annoying me. So I do still want to do them. I just haven't gotten around to ordering the fans. Someone linked the fan. Who was it that found the fan cheap and linked it? I don't know. Someone found the fan, linked to it, and said, "Here's one that's cheap." And I said, "I'll order those," and then I didn't, and now I've lost the link. So if anyone can remember it, then yeah.
That's what I want. I need you.
Bravo says, "Can you tell me about the bottles on the table?" Well, it's a good time to segue into that. We've got a Copperberg alcohol-free.
We have a Graham safe cider.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna open this one today.
No,
I need something stronger than this.
It will be a set piece.
Yeah, we'll just put it. It's the naughty one now. It just lives up there and annoys people by being alcohol-free. Copperberg, just the crappiest of do they actually call this cider? Oh, it says premium cider on it. I mean, I guess it's not Strongbow, so you know. All right, and the other one is Brothers Cherry Bakewell flavored cider.
Oh no.
So yeah, that's a thing. I'm going to try this. This is probably just going to be horrendously sweet cherry flavour cider. That's my guess. I'm going to use Thor's hammer to crack this bad boy open.
Throgs,
yeah. Thorgs. Thog. Yeah, it was Thog. That was it. There was no R. It was Thog's hammer. Copperberg is fruit juice with added alcohol. Yeah, pretty much.
Stop. Stay. Stop. Communicate and listen.
Stop. In the name of love. All right, let's. So you tried the cherry bakewell, and you're like, I'm not going to order one of these again.
I am not going to consume this.
Oh, it smells delightful. It smells and tastes of cherry bakewell. I mean, do you like cherry bakewell?
Yes. Okay.
You look like you were going to play that like an instrument then. You're just like...
Yes, okay. Yeah, fine. That's... I'm trying to work out where the holes go, okay?
I see. Okay, that makes more sense.
Because they're not labelled as in and out, and I don't want to bung up the out.
Yes. Very well. I think that's quite nice.
But also I don't want to use both of these because I want to use one of the top ones for the in, so I can have a temperature probe in there.
Yes, very well. Yeah, no, that's I think that's quite nice. With Brothers Cider, my opinion of it is like when I want to drink cider, this is not what I would consider to be cider. However, if it's a summer afternoon or like you're at a barbecue or something like that, this is really good.
Brothers Festival will also knock you flat.
I've not had Brothers Festival.
Because it's like 6.3.
Yeah.
And it's just straight dry cider.
It is just designed to get people wrecked.
Yeah. But it's also what all of their ciders are made. All of their ciders started as Brothers Festival, as far as I understand, and then they flavour from that.
Interesting.
So they start with a really strong, really dry cider,
and
basically just flavour from that.
That makes a lot of sense. This is the thing, like.
Because Brothers, as far as I can tell, is actually reasonably good cider.
That's my understand. That's what I was about to say, is that Brothers as a cider is actually quite good. It's just, you know, obviously they do flavoured ciders. So if flavoured ciders aren't your cup of tea, then you're always going to have a problem with it.
Yeah.
However, the actual base they use is good, as opposed to something like Copperberg, which is just based on trash and add sugar until it tastes nice.
Yeah.
So.
I think this will work. I think I was initially correct.
I have not tried Hogan's or Cumming cider. Oh no. Garne or Garn said the Star Wars cantina music was ruined for me when someone told me that the genre was called jizz.
Yes.
Is it actually called jizz?
Yes.
Thanks, I hate it. I am too now cursed with this information, so must all of you.
You are now cursed with the knowledge that boop, 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 is jizz.
How's your water cooling loop coming, Caradog?
It is.
I see.
Which way around did we decide? We decided this was reversed, didn't we?
Yes.
That one.
All right. Ignorance is bliss, it sure is. Plug me back into the Matrix, please.
I know this steak isn't something.
The Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, I haven't watched The Matrix in more than a month, therefore it is too long.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've watched through them. I don't know how. I need to watch the new Matrix movie. What is it? Resurrections?
It depends. My opinion of it is the same as the other films. It depends on why you watched them, to a degree.
Jesus. Yeah. The guy on the left, I assume you mean Caradog, because I'm on the left of the set, but Caradog is stage left. Wait, no. Caradog is camera left. I am stage left. There we go. He is assembling this water cooling system while I talk shit, basically.
This only has 2 holes. That's handy.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be double-sided on the tanks.
Yeah.
I was half expecting double-sided tanks and then to be like, great, I do not have enough things.
Yes. Yeah. that's the other useful thing about buying. Well, we still need more fittings, but the other useful thing about just buying more water cooling stuff is just so there's just a box of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I guess I could have got away with using one of these and a temperature probe. Actually, I'm going to do that. Where's the other temperature probe? Oh no, I can't. Hold on, because I only have two.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I was
like I split sentences and.
I understand what you're talking about now.
Never mind. Moving on. Hi, how are you doing? Fabulous. Scrumptious.
New Matrix film was awful. Yeah, I mean, the question is just, was it just more of the Matrix? Because, like, by modern standards, the Matrix is really aged kind of thing. You know, it's a product of its time.
It depends on how you view the Matrix.
Yeah,
yes.
A lot of these modern movies are a case of, if you look at them as more of what we had back in the day, then that's exactly what you'll get. Whereas if you're expecting modernized, then you're probably going to be disappointed. Like if the Matrix came out today, the original Matrix movie, people would be like, "Oh my god, what's with all the leather and spandex kind of thing?" You know.
Well, yeah, sure.
It's just, you know, but again, that's just it. It's a product of its time. It, you know, at the time when it came out, it was the coolest shit ever. You know, everyone had heckin' Matrix screensavers. Whereas when you see someone running a Matrix screensaver these days, you're just like, all right, 4chan, you know.
Who is 4chan?
Yeah, so... Although, in all fairness, if you think it's cool, then power to you, you know. Because I still think it looks cool, you know. But then I like a lot of 90s stuff where I'm just like, no, I still think that's cool.
Running in...
Yeah.
What?
So...
Hold on. Oh, hold on. Does this? Ah. That goes on that way around.
The position of the shelving in the background makes Graham look like he's picture-in-picture. I can blow your mind even more now. Behold. Now we're not even here anymore. I still need to add in the effect so I can... Remember when we did the weird spooky effect? I need to add that in just so we can actually switch to that on the fly as a bit. So, anyway. Keanu Reeves is a very wooden actor. When he's playing roles that require that, then it's fine. But also...
I don't think anyone has said he was a good actor overly, but also he was very good at doing what he did.
Yeah, and also Keanu Reeves is also just an incredibly likable person as well.
Yeah, he's
I think it's okay for Keanu Reeves to just be Keanu Reeves.
We should all be Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, you know, like there are some people where it's just like, I don't know, man. There are some actors which are very good at what they do, just no one likes that persona kind of thing. But then there are other actors where it's just like, you know what, I don't hate this persona, you know.
Is that doable? Does that work?
I was talking to
that works.
I was talking to Treb on Thursday. We were talking about films, and we were talking about. I was saying how I still really like just John Travolta action movies like Broken Arrow and Swordfish, because like they were heckin' awful movies, but also they were really freaking cool. Like obviously, like Swordfish is just complete jargon nonsense, but also it was really heckin' cool. And again, I think Broken Arrow...
I'm passing you the shell.
Yeah. I think Broken Arrow is really good fun as a movie. And you can tell that just, you know, like, John Travolta was having such a good time in that movie. So, yeah. Are these catalogues ancient old tubes? Yes.
This one is.
Yeah.
I'm reusing this one because it happened to be a short one that was convenient.
Yeah, because this is a temporary setup, we're just reusing some stuff. I am actually going to buy like 5 meters of the cheapest water cooling hose I can find at some point, so we just have some hose that we can there you go. Just so we have some hose that we can do stuff with, but we just don't have that today. Keanu Reeves says, "Wow." No, that's. Oh no, who's the one? Owen Wilson. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
No, you're stunning.
That's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
No, you're breathtaking as well.
You're breathtaking.
Give us your best Owen Wilson wow.
Wow.
Wow. I'll never not find that funny.
Wow, Luigi.
Lube the tube. That would probably make it easier.
It's okay. Sometimes you can fold it and stuff it in.
Yep. If we were doing a really nice setup and we had really nice hosing that we actually didn't want to mess up, we would probably...
It probably wouldn't be my build.
Yes. Well, yeah, touche. However, this is a quick and dirty setup. We just need to get it working for now. So yeah, get some hose, get some lube, and fold stuff into it. Yes. Good. Keanu Reeves says that he knows Kung Fu. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. The other reason why I like Keanu Reeves is that he's an action movie actor, and the dude can do all of his own stunts. You know, like
I thought the thing I liked was
I don't know how many how much stuff did he do in John Wick? Like obviously all of the gun scenes and stuff. He obviously did all of that, but like the stuff where he would like tumble downstairs and things like that. Do you know if he did all of that stuff as well?
I don't know if he does his own stunts specifically.
Yeah.
But I know that he spent over a year training with people to be good at
gunplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like also just when they were doing the Matrix movies, you know, they did like 6 months of intensive martial arts training, I believe. So it's a case
like all of them did.
Yeah. Like he knows his stuff. Like as opposed to Steven Seagal, who's just bullshit, you know. Just Steven heckin' Seagal. Yeah.
Have you seen who's the person who always drinks a beer is in front of a green screen and like just talks about stuff and like oh god I can't remember.
No,
I watched them do a video about him and it linked to someone else and I was just like, oh my god, this guy is a terrible human being, like a awful human being.
Yeah, Steven Seagal.
And then
he went batshit crazy years ago, and he's just completely off the rails. And just, you know, anytime you see him doing weird stuff, just everyone seems to be in on it because apparently people are still like. Apparently he still has enough of a parasocial relationship with people that they will go along with his nonsense. You know, it's just like, my God. What about Chuck Norris? I don't know anything about Chuck Norris actually. I don't know if Chuck, you know, does anyone know about Chuck Norris? Was Chuck Norris real per se? Like
what?
Well, no, I mean like
yes, he was born.
But did he actually have good martial arts? Like
I see.
Yeah, there might have been a point where Steven Seagal knew martial arts.
No, he never did.
He never did. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, I'm not.
He even ran a dojo.
Yeah. Because I know that obviously, like in this day and age, if he ever did know it, he's forgotten it, or is just so much out of shape that it doesn't matter. However,
that kind of works.
Yeah, Chuck Norris. I don't know if Chuck Norris was ever real. Chuck Norris was a champion. Okay, yeah, fair enough. All I know is you'd knock me out. Probably. Yeah.
What, Steven Seagal?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, Steven Seagal. I mean, he could probably throw a punch better than I can. Like, I do not pretend to be any kind of hard ass. I don't know how to throw a punch. I've never struck out at someone in anger before. Like, you know, I don't know. If I actually tried to throw a real punch, I don't think I'd be able to hit someone in earnest. Not because of willingness or something like that, but like, I don't know if I'd actually be able to hit someone properly. I don't think I could.
It's incredible.
I'd just swing my arm and just bounce off of someone's face or something, you know.
It is incredible.
I got no illusion.
How much you can avoid conflict and confrontation by being willing to engage in conflict and confrontation. The number of people who will immediately back down the second you're just like, I'm not actually scared of you.
Yeah.
And just suddenly like,
That's kind of my mindset, you know, just like, because I've never been in a position where I need to, but yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, there's probably a lot of people who could kick my ass if it came down to it, because like at some point, part of me kind of wants to do it again, because once upon a time, I was actually doing martial arts lessons as a kid. I was doing some weird, it was it was taijutsu or something like that, which was some kind of weird fusion thing. No idea if it was real or not. However, I didn't understand what discipline was at the time. So I didn't understand, like when they had us just sort of repeating, practicing, punching the pads kind of thing. I was like, this is kind of boring, you know. I want to learn how to do some, you know, some martial arts. I didn't understand that training and discipline of hitting something repeatedly and building yourself up, that is what it's all about. And I didn't understand that at the time. And I kind of wish I could try it again in this day and age. But I don't know. Let's face it, Adamant IT2 nowadays, we can kick our own asses. Yeah. We can think of all of the missed opportunities and cry ourselves to sleep. Have those tubes had tea running through them? It certainly looks like it, but no, it is just tap water they've had in them, isn't it?
Yeah, and then
distilled
XL5.
Yeah, was it actually distilled water?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was when they discoloured, it was just distilled water in them. Later on, they had XL5 in, but they were already discoloured at that. No, you had clean stuff with the XL5 in, didn't you?
We cleaned them.
Yeah. Either way, they didn't come good very well.
No.
Hmm. Graham's a lover, not a fighter. Let's go with that. Chuck Norris first appeared fighting Bruce Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was his big break, I think, being in a Bruce Lee movie.
What? Damn it.
Check out AWOL, Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Can't act for toffee, but was full of blown kickboxer and, yeah, full-blown kickboxer and talented with it. Yeah, maybe. I mean, part of me kind of wants to do a binge of those kind of movies. My dad heckin' loves movies like that. Jean-Claude Van Damme, or White Van Man, as he used to call him, you know. Yeah, Bruce Lee and stuff like that. My dad loved proper, just really naff B-grade action movies. The kind of stuff you buy in the supermarket for £2 for a DVD, you know. And it's shot on a handy cam, you know. Some of them were actually not bad. Some of them were hecking awful. Is distilled water or deionized water okay to use in a loop? I mean, I would use proper coolant just because any kind of, like, unless you've actually disinfected and, like, sanitized the loop, there will be something in there that will start growing. So even if you use distilled water, it will start growing at some point. And by growing, I mean you get microbes in there, which is what makes it go yellow. So I would get coolant. You can probably make your own coolant. There's probably some good recipes for that, where you just get some distilled water, add some glycol, maybe a bit of this, that, or the other with some household ingredients, maybe. But I would use actual coolant, not just plain water, because otherwise it will definitely start growing at some point. And then once your tubes turn yellow, they'll never be clean again, basically. I hope one of those fits. I just bought a variety pack. Have I tried de-yellowing the tubes in a video? I mean, I don't think I'm really... We have cleaned them before, but it's just like... I don't know, hosing isn't expensive though, is it?
No, not really.
So it's just a case of... I think, to be honest, I think everyone just generally assumes that it's a consumable item, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you had like hardline cooling or something like that, it might be a bit more... Yeah, you know, might have a bit more care toward that.
I suggest we move the camera.
Yes. Right, I'll position the camera.
Do you also have a jug, just so we can
yeah, there should be
some,
there's some filler bottles there. Oh, they're only
No, I meant
ones,
like a liter jug, just to pour tap water into it.
Yeah.
Because we're going to fill it and then empty it reasonably quickly.
Yeah. One sec. Yes. Stand by.
So I was thinking, could we just use the bottom of the Brita jug?
I'm filling a 2.5 litre bottle.
Ah, fair enough.
I
was just moving out of the way because I didn't want to bash it with.
Yes. Yeah, let's go to that.
Help me! Hello.
If it's still visible on shot, then sorry.
It is.
There we go. How's that?
There you go. Yeah,
That look good?
That'll do.
That'll do, donkey. Oh.
There you go. Ah, cool.
All right, I'm going to put the cap on that just while I... There we go.
I'm actually going to rotate this by 90 degrees.
Very well.
And I'm going to go... Whoa!
Why is this Norton stuff still here?
Because Si didn't take his rubbish.
Yeah. So I brought around a bunch of e-waste and he was like, "Hey, it's your e-waste now, bitch. Bye."
There we go. Cool. Stay.
Good. All right. An hour into the stream and we are filling a loop. It's not too bad. Is it safe to use antifreeze in a loop? Yeah, we decided that was like probably not advised, but functional. Wow, that's I mean, it's working.
Good. I'm pleased that it's come out.
Cool. I'll get on pump duty. Just tell me when you want pump. Shall I buzz that and just make sure it actually functions before we put more water in there?
I just wanted to, you know,
all right.
Be able to see.
Ignition! I see. Maybe it's a 5-volt pump? I can't believe that. Although I think this thing spits out 12 and 5 volts. Yeah, it does. Oh, if it's a DOA pump. Oh no, hang on a sec. This thing's crap, that's why. It's...
What?
See the missing ground pin?
Yes.
Yeah. It's designed to go into a hard drive where those two would be common together. However, the missing ground pin lines up with where they've put the ground pin on this pass-through Molex connector.
Ah.
So just so people know why that didn't work, I've got a power brick here for a Molex connector, and as you can see, it's only got one ground pin in it, and the missing ground pin lines up with where the ground pin is in this Molex connector. That's why there was no power. I'm just trying to think what to do about that. I believe I can very quickly repin this, so I shall do that. Right. I'm going to use one of my new wearer screwdrivers. Shout out to Colin, who dropped by some goodies for us during the week, including some additional wearer screwdrivers. Right, so okay, yeah. So these things you can pull off the tab on the bottom, and then yeah, I can't do this on camera because I'm not set up for it. But I'm just going to very quickly repin this.
In answer to the thing discussed earlier, it appears that things have recovered.
That's good. Yeah, groovy. Oh.
Hacking Discord mobile.
Hacking mobile. Blows my mind that anyone likes using mobile.
Well, I like using it because it keeps me in contact with the people with whom I wish to communicate.
Yes.
I do not enjoy using it. I enjoy the communication which it occasionally brings.
All right. Okay, right. Thank you. Means I can put that in. Ignition!
Yay!
All
Ta-da!
right. Okay.
The pump pumps.
Right, thanks for coming, everyone. See you all next week. All right, let's carry on. Let's carry on doing the thing then. All right. Okay, I will.
Is this is just tap water, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. This is literally just tap water we're putting in.
This is not 99.98 isopropanol.
No, it is not. This is not. I'm gonna pulse that. Oh, that filled fairly quickly, didn't it?
It's only probably partially filled the radiator.
Yeah.
But
Right, shall I pulse that and let the air settle?
I have overfilled that.
Yeah. Oh, shall I keep it running so it doesn't immediately back?
I'm just going to
Yeah, okay, we're...
hope that there's some air in here.
There must be. There's no way we got all of the air out of the system in one go like that.
Because we're dribbling at the top, that's all.
Yeah.
I have slightly overfilled.
Okay, right. Oh, hang on a sec. You could use one of these. You could probably use one of these to suck some water out. Here, I've got that.
It's almost like we were prepared.
I don't know if they work that way or not.
Yeah,
Neat.
just extremely slowly. I didn't expect the air to just not.
Yeah, I mean, that much being said, though, everything is flat, so like this is kind of one of those times where the air will just pump out straight away. So, all right, there we go. How much were all the parts on the? You're right there.
I may have squeezed with the bottle in the incorrect orientation.
Oh, okay.
And just kind of went, oh!
Where were we? Yeah. Yeah. How much were the parts for the Dell this week? Let's see. The parts were about £60. I should have pinned that one comment because there was someone who reckoned that repair must have cost like £300 or something. I was like, no, I would not have spent £300 recasing that laptop. But yeah, no, the parts weren't expensive. Just eBay, man. Everyone. I often get comments saying, "Oh, that was barely worth doing. That must have cost way too much." I'm like, do you want to stop making the same mistake again and again? Okay, that was malicious. Parts are cheaper than people think. I'm sorry, madam. It doesn't usually do that. Oh, Dave Weldon, you got him. You got him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Every now and then, something will catch Caradog off guard, and he'll actually perish. All right, are we okay? There's a little bit. We're winning. We've nearly got the overfill out. HC brownies for short. They're fine. They're just regular.
Oh, dear. Oh!
Oh!
I didn't mean to do that.
We were done so well in keeping that tidy, and then
I didn't expect it to actually come out. I was hoping to lift it up slightly.
I see.
So then I could continue, you know.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right.
Oops.
Right, shall I give that another burl?
in a second. Oops.
Put that down there.
There you go. I will just... put that there, just in case.
Okay. All right. We run...
Yeah, I need to just move this.
Oh yeah, I think that's done. I was going to say, failing that, if we just put a little something under there just to lift it slightly, I think that will stop it kinking.
That will be my plan in a moment.
Yeah, that'll probably do it.
I was going to grab one of the Enemax fans and just stick that
Right, what
under
were we
there.
talking about? I don't know. I've actually forgotten.
There you go.
All right. If anyone had asked something, then you'll have to ask it again because I've forgotten everything. What year is it?
There you go. Oop.
There.
There you go.
It's not a two-man job. All right, there we go. Okay. Activate. Ah, that looks a bit more controlled now.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
I'm just going to let that air rise.
Yeah. We have fractionally overfilled it, but oh well.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm trying to let the air bubbles get into the
Oh,
reservoir.
there we go.
Oh, yeah.
There was another couple there.
Yeah. There we go. I'm not going to fuss over all of the small air bubbles because that's the kind of thing that takes days to get out. I mean, actually, I'll rest that and I'll just... Yeah.
If we go
like,
again.
most of the bubble stream will take days to get out, so we're not going to go for perfection here. We're
just
not...
run once
Yeah.
again. For me.
However, we can just get the worst of it out.
There we go. As I say, I think that's doing reasonably well.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty damn clear considering we've spent about 10 seconds on that. Like, minus the time we had to stop for the overfill.
Recover.
Yeah. There we go. I'll just rest that again. That's actually,
There you
like... Yeah, that's actually pretty damn clear considering all things considered. I think if this was actually set up in a case, we would have had a lot more trouble. Good. All right. So I guess we're going to rig up and actually go for reals, aren't we?
Yes, and I should still have the screenshots from the liquid freezer on the desktop.
All right. So
I require a small GPU.
A small GPU.
Something that takes an 8-pin.
Oh, something that takes an 8-pin. Okay.
Or nothing.
Or nothing. Yeah, I'll give you nothing.
I will give you nothing.
Oh.
You get nothing.
Good day, sir.
Okay.
24-pin. 38,000 photo export succeeded. Great success.
Keyboard and mouse. HDMI.
That was a very problematic iPhone backup.
Wait.
All right.
Okay, right. Where did the big bottle go? The
I put it
bottle?
down here.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I was just like, before I accident.
Yes, I was going to... Yeah, that's what I thought. We have enough water now. I'm just going to take this off the desk.
Before I mess.
Yeah. However, that was definitely the cleanest fill I think we've ever done because we actually had the right tools for the job for once.
Yeah.
And they cost all of about £5 total on eBay, so it's just like, my God, why did it take me so long?
Ah, we haven't actually put the parent. No, where did the power go? Oh, it's on the floor. Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
You need another kettle lead for the computer itself. Unless, have we got a Molex on this?
That's what I'm just looking at.
Yeah, if we've got a Molex, then we can plug it into there. Otherwise, I've got another.
We do.
Cool. Okay, in that case, I won't get the other kettle lead out. All right.
So are the center two ground?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The outer two are 12 and 5 volt. The center two are both ground pins.
Oh, and then if you swap the two center grounds, sorry, one from the center ground to 12 and 7. That's 5. That's how you did the 7.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's a potential difference. Yeah. So technically, the reason why there's 2 grounds there is that one of them is the ground rail for the 12 volt rail, one of them is ground for the 5 volt rail. However, because it's all common together, fundamentally it doesn't matter, but technically they're 2 different rails, which is why there has to be 2 grounds.
Yes.
So yeah, technically they're different, but in practice it doesn't actually matter, which is why I can just repin that.
Good.
So yes,
that's fine.
Connect radiator fan.
That fan isn't actually a radiator fan. That fan is a
that's a hold-uppy fan. Yeah. However, you're right. Let me grab. We got some Corsairs over here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Don't worry. We don't need to go through. We don't need to go through those Enemax fans.
We don't need to go through all 12 of them.
Yep.
To find one.
Yeah. I think there are 1 or 2 in there that are probably good, but I haven't gone through and found them yet. These Corsair fans are some cheap things, but they'll do. They'll blow air.
Oh, it's that segment there that's broken, I think.
Okay, right. Let me get face cam with capture.
It is on a black screen at the moment. Now it is on desktop. Is the XR1 even?
Capture box, resolution. Huh.
It is unhappy.
Stand by. There we go. It's because we changed USB ports and stuff like that. It's appearing as a different device.
This is not turned on.
I see.
There you go.
Right, I'm going to plug in some fans. So there is some radiator.
Display settings.
Have we?
1080p.
Oh, hang on a moment. Our live gamer has crashed. All right. There we go. We're back. The XR1, that was because we swapped it out. However, at the end of last week, Caradog updated the firmware on it, so it might be okay now. We don't know.
Yeah, it will certainly at least be
I'm going to grab a fan splitter.
Okay.
Just so we can run it into CPU fan. There they are.
Ha!
Nope, it's crashed again. So, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. Okay, I'll reset it now then. I'm gonna change out the USB cable on it in a sec, just so we can find out if it's the USB cable.
The temperatures, whilst we are at idle, are not ridiculous. They aren't instantly 90.
Okay, fine.
Therefore, good.
What is
it's
our
42, 42, 48.
That's about right for an idling Ryzen 5000.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly what I would expect.
So yes, that seems to be doing okay. I think. Everything is good. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, fine. Let us... R23.
Alright, that should do. Those fans are going to need some welly to do anything. However, I'm sure it's on some kind of curve. Capture with face cam. Need to invest in a decent capture card. Well, the XR1 is supposed to be a decent capture card. That's the thing. The XR1 is supposed to be the magic. You know the.
I was going to say it's only become unhappy recently.
Yeah, it was doing grand. It was one of the best ones that I'd used. However, just recently it's just started playing silly beggars. Now, where did I put that other... I had another USB cable at the ready, because we were going to change the USB cable anyway, but I didn't at the last moment.
Was it this one?
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I didn't change it at the last moment because I wanted to see if the firmware had done the job or not. Right, I'm gonna break the capture for a sec while I swap out the cable.
Fair enough.
You might be about to lose your display.
Probably. That's all right. But yes, we can confirm at the very least that the block somewhat functions. In as much as we applied a load and we didn't throttle down to a gigahertz.
A singular hertz.
Indeed. Oh, fuck's sake! I keep leaving it in places. Can I have the USB cable?
Well,
Thank you.
right.
Be unfortunate if this cable is faulty. Dannon.
No, I don't think it likes this one, actually.
Is that actually a data cable?
Hang on a moment. We've frozen again. It is. All right, that's us back. Face cam with capture. XR1. Deactivate. Activate. Custom resolution.
It's 1080p.
No, it doesn't like it.
No.
Okay. Yeah, this is it is plugged into the Type-C port, so maybe the Type-C port on this motherboard doesn't like it. I'm just hot plugging the capture card one more time and just see if it's making lighty uppy noises. It should be working.
It's making light up noises.
I don't know. Shush. Yeah. Nope. I'm going to need the original cable back, and we're just going to have to wing it.
Okay. Can I have that C to C cable, please?
You can. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh. Fine.
Are you sure this is? Oh yeah, no, it says 40 gigabit on it.
Yeah, those are the magic 40 gigabyte ones. Or gigabit ones I bought to test the M.2 dock. Yeah, I deliberately bought the most overkill cable I could find that was reasonably priced because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't limited by the cable.
I was about to say I don't have a Type-C. What?
Yeah. Although, now the damn thing's gonna. Right, come on.
What? Okay. I thought the live gamer had crashed as well. No, I'm not getting monitor either.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think what we should do.
I'm actually going to hot plug it out of the graphics card just so the graphics card can detect what's attached to it. Or
I was literally just going to plug this into.
Oh, I see. Yeah, just make sure we've got output there. Yeah. I think we're getting trolled here. All right, stand by.
Yeah, I don't think we've.
Yeah, there's no. Output. Yeah, there's no output. Okay, so it probably was working. It looked like it was working just then. But yeah, fine. Right. We're going to get a picture back up on the display, and then we'll get you guys capture again, so we can see what we're doing.
Indeed.
Mike says, "Hey guys, love the show from Windsor. Hello, hello." Okay,
there we go. Right, we have a picture on there.
Okay, let's change out to the capture card again. I think that cable was working. We just didn't have output. However, we'll change it out another. We'll change it out another time. And I'm going to change this box out to over here. All right. Is that graphics card just not detect? Hang on a sec. We're posting at the moment or rebooting.
There we go. Right, fine.
Okay, there we go. Right, okay, right. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Okay. Dobbin, hello, just joined. Bring their own cider. No, just setting up a water cooling kit. However, as is Windows Update, as is the fashion, we're doing very simple things that take a very long time.
It's also things just apparently get exceedingly confused and do not and then do, and then do not.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Part of me just wants to buy like Corsair's top end 4-port HDMI capture card or something like that. But also the other thing as well is that, yeah, it's kind of jank and complicated having multiple capture cards, but when one of them is messing us about, we didn't lose the main cam because that was on a separate capture card.
That's kind of the point.
So that, you know, like part of me wants to get a super duper one card does it all, but the other part of me is like having lots of separate cards has a lot of value because it means if one of them cocks up, you just change out to the other one. So, yeah. Okay, right. Capture with face cam. Let's go. Just get the Elgato one. Yeah, did I say Corsair? I meant Elgato. Same thing. Because credit where it's due, the main cam, the face cam, is on an AVerMedia card. And other than not supporting HDCP, we never have any problems with the AVerMedia. So, yeah, I don't know. Right, are we load or idle?
No, this is idle.
Idle, okay. So we're idling at 60, which is a touch high, but...
Yeah. Fine, I want to see...
Yeah. What's the clock setup? Are we at stock settings at the moment?
Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some warmth in it.
I need to remove the scaling because I can't actually see the things.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Fine. You're using a Live Gamer Duo? Yeah. Yeah, I've got just the Live Gamer HD, but I definitely want to get at least a dual input one, especially because, as we said at the start of the stream, I am going to be moving to a overhead cam setup at some point, and that will be a HDMI output camera. So,
So I don't want any of you, don't need you.
Right. Prepare for the Edge shortcut on your desktop. Yeah. I support Windows Update, and I support Windows Update being automated and forced because otherwise people won't update. However, Microsoft, you make it really hard to like you sometimes. And the capture is locked up again. Okay, right. Fine.
I don't know where that sensor shows.
Oh, you're looking for the water
I'm looking
sensor.
for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where it shows.
It'll be one of the motherboard ones. I would imagine in the top right you've got motherboard sensors.
Yeah.
So I would imagine it'll be one of the ITE chips. Check the other ITE.
Oh, hold on. Chipset.
Yeah.
What's this EC temp one?
EC temp. That might be it. That's probably the one low down though.
Just grayed out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, well that's reading 25 degrees, although that hasn't gone up or down, that's just 25 degrees flat, and that's low. Like liquid temperature I expect to be between 30 and 40.
Right.
So
the thing
that
to do
doesn't
is
look like it's sending a valid reading. Oh, you're going to get the other sensor? Yeah, we've got 2 water temperature sensors and we want to see if any of those work, because that gives us more information as well.
Ha! Oh my goodness. There you go.
EC Temp 1. The other one, it might show up as EC Temp 2. I think it might be labelled, actually. I'm just going to quickly peer around and have a look.
So I think there's one there and one there.
Oh, yeah. This one is EC Temp 2.
Cool. If you put that in there.
That one, and that is clear CMOS.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
So EC Temp 2 should be plugged in.
Cool. I'd expect that to be on the other IT8.
Yeah. Or it might require a reboot to scan for things. Oh no, EC Temp 2, there we go. Oh, that's reading something. That has a very temperature. It's got a high and a low value on it. Yeah, it just changed. So yeah, I think that is warming up in your hand.
Yeah, we'll see.
My inclination is to plug this sensor into the other port.
Yeah, and then see if the result jumps to 25, basically.
Like, that's actually giving us a reading, is this significant thing, whereas this one is just stuck on 25, which...
Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry, fan. Might need to be the other way around. Maybe I was wrong about it.
Yeah, this is just giving me 23.
Yeah, maybe the pin out is the other way around to what I expected. Right. So what are we getting on?
2 gives 25. It just went straight to 25 when you plugged it in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So either that or the fluid is actually at 25C.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but I guess we could just leave it there and just actually now just, you know, put some heat into the fluid then. Because, like, yeah, if we run up Cinebench, especially if we run up Cinebench with the fans disconnected, that water temperature is going to go up really quick. So yeah, I've just unplugged the radiator fans. Okay, we're going to hit it with a load now. I'm going to bloody refresh it again. Ugh. All right. So EC, where we plugged?
2 just went up to 26.
Okay, yeah, yep. So
and temp 1 is down to 22 from 23.
Okay, yeah. So they're both reading then. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's fine. So it sounds like the water is just legitimately at 26, and that's going to be rising because we've taken off the rad fans.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
27.
Yeah, there you go. The fluid temperature's climbing now because it's got no cooling.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fluid is just running really cool.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Like when I said 30 to 40, that's for an AIO. So it makes sense that a custom loop will be significantly lower than that.
Yeah.
Because there's just that much more thermal mass.
That's cool. Oh, desktop.
Cool.
Overclocking. Copy to.
Reactivate the capture desktop. Because the card is bullshit.
There you go.
And it's annoying me.
Let that copy, that'll take a minute, and then you can have that USB and we can swap them.
Yeah, we'll swap out the USB cable again in a sec. Now we know what the problem there is.
I will also just take this off of load. Just to reduce the likelihood of it doing anything when we unplug stuff.
Yeah. What is that transfer speed?
Well, it's tiny kilobit files.
I guess, yeah.
So it's still doing 7 megabytes a second on like a bunch of kilobyte files. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, there we go. The speed's coming in now. Yeah. Fine.
It's just because there are loads of tiny, like 1-bit text files and stuff. Or 1 byte text files, sorry.
Right.
Yeah. But good. There you go. Destination has 3,300 files with the same name. Skip. Boom. Done. There you go. You can have.
Fine. All right.
A USB cable.
I shall now swap out the capture cable again.
And we will change nothing.
Right. Bam. Oh. Heckin' work. That Type-C does not feel good to plug stuff into. However, the box has lit up, so... All right. XR1. Oh. It's making a lot of doo-doo-doo noises. That does not feel good at all.
Swap it the other way around.
That's what I've just done, yeah. I've pushed it in, but it doesn't click. You know. I gave
You
it a
were
bit
saying
more
the ports on that were feeling a bit...
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Type-C port is dodgy. Okay, right, the thing has initialized. So now I'm gonna unplug the HDMI from the thing and plug it back in again. Right, this gets one more chance. At this rate, I'm going to get out the Live Gamer Mini.
Yeah, sure. And if needs be, run it through the... oh, hey, we had some life from it.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't useful, but we had some life from it.
All right, hang on a minute. I'm just replugged it again.
Right.
Box is lit up.
It's
RGBing.
No, it's not. The monitor's not doing anything useful.
I'm getting the Live Gamer Mini out.
How odd.
Only ever does this when we're actually live.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. It only does it when we're in the middle of a live stream. Urgh.
Oh, we have a broken picture now.
Hey.
So it's at least responded.
Great success.
So yeah, we've got a corrupted image.
Right, I'm depriving you of your image again. All right, HDMI in.
Yeah.
HDMI out. Disconnect you. You're in the naughty bin. All right, XR1, you are now a Live Gamer Mini. Congratulations.
You'll probably need the...
All right, we're now capturing the corrupted image. So I think try hot plugging the graphics card. The HDMI, I mean, not the literal card. The other thing I like about the Live Gamer Mini is it actually says no signal when there's no signal. And now it's giving a black screen because that's what it's receiving from the computer.
And the computer just restart. Something separately is going on.
Yeah, there's more than one issue here. Oh no, that's a that's an AMD graphics card.
Yeah.
Although it seems to be capturing it with some funky stuff. Okay, fine. Whatever. It's there, it's working. Capture with face cam, let's go. Odd. Oh yeah, Windows Shift Control plus B or something for the graphics driver reset. That might have helped us, but doesn't matter now.
But also it was a case of probably not because the PC rebooted when we unplugged the HDMI.
Yeah, that was a bit weird, that wasn't it? Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, we're on a different capture card now. Let's see if this one behaves. Right, so we've got our liquid temperature sensors and we've got our loop set up on the CPU. So Now, so yeah, now we want to do some load tests and compare those versus.
Yeah, the fluid temp is now 37.
Okay, yeah, that's,
So that's
more like
definitely
it. So now,
functioning.
so fluid temperature is 37. So now, if we plug in the fans, we should see that plummet. Bam. Yeah, that's blowing hot air. All right. Right, EC temp 1. Oh, EC temp 2 is our fluid temperature. Yeah, so that should start coming down now. So,
yeah. Not specifically quickly, but yeah.
Yeah, it's taken a while. It's gone down to 36 now, so it is coming down.
That's
We're
right.
not exact. These are not high power fans we're using here. I might actually go and find some bigger fans because I think these are lazy case fans that top out at 1,000 RPM.
Yeah. Do you want to take the Redux fans
Oh yeah, sure.
off of that?
Yeah, we'll grab those because then we can put some big boys on it.
So yeah, so that's fine. So that is working.
Good. All
so
right.
what I want to do now that we don't have unstable capture in theory, is if I unplug the HDMI, wait a second, plug back in the HDMI, we get an image. Cool. Okay.
Fine.
That's fine. Now if I do it again, wait a second, plug it back in, the image comes back. Fine. Okay. At the very least, it's not completely shafted.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Okay. Good.
All right.
Apparently there's a noise sensor on this motherboard as well. So I've just noticed noise sensor.
Yeah, there's a port for. I think it's somewhere up the top. There's a header. I think it's that guy with the it's that guy with the thing plugged into it. You can plug a microphone into that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Cool. Okay. Now that we've got all of this,
which is sort of interesting if you're trying to sound tune, I guess. But
yeah,
because that's the thing, like, because this is what NZXT were trying to do with the smart device. They had there's a microphone in that, and the idea is you can, because you have a microphone in the computer, you can do quietness tuning with actual numeric values. But the NZXT one, I believe, was actually just nonsense. I don't think it actually gave valid numbers.
It didn't seem to actually do anything, was the problem I kind of saw.
Certainly their automatic tuning was nonsense and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we're all set. Have you just clocked those onto max or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, those actually sound like they're blowing air now. All right. It looks like a 3-cylinder petrol engine, yeah.
Oh, it's that.
Oh, yes, it's the iPhone behind us making noises.
What is going on?
I'm going to unplug all of that, actually, because I'm done with this phone that I've been working on for a week.
There you go. Right, I'm going to leave everything else and just see what that does. Fine. Good. Excellent.
Cool.
At the very least, we seem to have a pump that is, quite performant for moving
Yeah, well,
water
by
around.
apparencies, everything it's doing. So, yeah. So it looks like we have a system that works, and I think we're going to get mediocre temperatures just because the water block is crap. However, it's functional.
Yeah.
It's also worth noting that, like, the tension I put that block under is 100% guesswork. I know it's even, well, assuming that the screws are all the same length anyway.
Did you measure from the board to the top of here?
I measured from the top of the screw to the top of the bolt.
Oh, I see.
However, also, they didn't turn very nicely. I think I needed one of the washers underneath the knurled screw.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they did not turn properly. But we've got something that works, so. Right.
Cool. Yeah, it looks like the fluid temp's down to 26 again.
Nice. All right, then. Let's give it the beans.
Right.
Ignition!
There you go.
All right, off it goes.
4.1. Good.
So this is a modest overclock, and our CPU temperature is
73.
73.
Yeah, that's
okay.
good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So what's the overclock you've applied? You whacked in 10x scaler.
Yeah, I just went PBO motherboard settings 10x scaler.
So what exactly is the scaler doing?
It's something to do with the power use at specific frequencies or something. I don't know. I know AMD did an explainer on it at some point, but they did a really bad explainer because they were trying to write it for normies.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
When it was a setting that would never get applied by someone who doesn't understand what volts or amps are.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
And they were trying to explain it without using the term power or volts or anything. And I was just like, thanks, but this is worthless because you've written it to such a low level.
Yeah. Because curve optimizer I understand, but the scaler I don't fully understand what exactly it does.
27998, which is about 2,000 points less than my one at work gets on the EK. Yeah.
Very well.
So,
yeah. Cool. Okay. Right. So, great success. So it's taken us 2 hours, but we made a water cooling loop, and it cools it. So now.
Yeah.
Right. So what are our?
Yeah, that's under load with 140 amps. So what total power 201 according to PPT?
Okay, yeah, 200 watts through a 7-pound water block.
Yeah.
Like £7 sterling, you know, not that it weighs 7 pounds, you know.
Yeah, and it kept the temperatures.
Yeah, so a $10 water block just tanked 200 watts and put us to about 73 or something, I think it was, wasn't it?
There we are. CPU.
The max was 73, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, oh yeah, well that's not bad going then.
Yeah.
So
especially obviously the fluid temperature is like 25C or something.
Yeah, given time that's going to creep up when heat soak sets in.
But also based on just the cooling from there, and we gained 1C, I think, of water temperature through 2 runs.
That's a lot of. There's a lot of thermal capacity in this system.
So yeah,
like that's going to need like 30 minutes, 45 minutes for heat soak to hit in, which is long enough that no one cares, basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. I just got a 28372.
Cool. All right then. Good. So.
Nice. That's good.
Awesome. We made a water cooling loop.
Yeah,
right. So what's the plan now? Are we going to swap out parts or?
This is awkward because this is PBO. The settings float.
Yeah.
So I need to start this and then quickly look at what.
Okay. Yeah. So we want to see what it's aiming for and then try and lock in those settings.
1.2, 3-ish. Okay, that's fine.
4.3.
Yeah.
It's settling at around 4.3 flat, bouncing up and down.
Yeah, and then it will drag to 4.1. Yeah, and then the voltage pulls down by 0.1-ish.
Yeah, okay. If you screen grab that. Oh, it's just come off
yeah.
load.
Oh, yeah, no, but that's fine. We've got an idea of what it's doing for 70. So it's a case of obviously all we're looking for is broken, not broken, not. Yes. Oh yeah, this is 5% better.
Like we're not doing review benchmark level. We're not doing lab comparisons here. We just want to do a broad comparison to see if we get.
Does this bloody thing function?
Yeah. So right. So now we're going to put the EK block on it and see what the EK block does. Now we have a known working loop with no faults. So very well.
Excellent. That is good because we need to build the EK block up.
All right.
I believe all of the parts required are in that little baggie.
Sorry for just dumping more stuff on you.
That's fine. I just want to keep that out.
Yeah.
Just because that means there's a fitting missing from somewhere. That should be... there we go.
Good.
That should... in theory, make a full EK block.
Right.
there's the bag.
All right, while you build that up, I'm going to unscrew this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we off at the back? We are now. Cool.
Right, so I've got the top bit, I've got the O-ring, I've got the little bit of plastic that goes on there, which is that way round, which goes on there, that goes on there, that way round, that goes in there.
Right, I shall disconnect that temperature sensor because that's just an ambient.
In, that goes in there. Yeah, so that must go in that orientation. Fine, good.
Right, are we going to be a hot swap hero with this water loop? Or are
I was
going to
try it.
Yeah.
Because as they say, in theory.
Damn it, just lost one of those springs under the thing.
Because in theory, if we take it away, because obviously we can just lift
lift
it
it
off
up,
of there,
yeah.
stick it here. Oh, is the bucket accessible? Just in case it does go all Pete on.
Yes, I can make it accessible. Oh, wow. Made it all the way down there. Oh,
Escapee!
Also, for reference, the plastic washers really needed to be on each side of the spring.
Yeah.
Because the... it doesn't need to be at the top. I thought the spring was catching on top of the knurled nut, but it was actually catching on those holes.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
I'd be interested to see how that performs with a tighter remount at some point.
Yeah.
Just
there's
from the indication, it looks like the performance is shockingly good for £7 block.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's a better mount in this block. With what we've got, I think I could have done a better job with that. That much being said, it's on there pretty good. I think we had a reasonably good mount there. There might be a bit more in there, but it was not bad. And while the temperatures were nothing to write home about, but it was tanking 200 watts.
Yeah,
you know,
it was doing a decent job with that.
Time to wiggle a lot so I don't rip the CPU out the socket. I think I used way too much thermal paste. I have a bad habit of just putting too much on.
Other question.
Hello?
Where are the screws? You know, the caps that go on there with the spring in.
Oh, hang on a sec. Is it not these?
Ah, cool. Okay.
Good.
I was about to say, also, do you know where the backplate is?
Ah, good. Yeah.
Excellent. Confusion avoided.
Oh, come on. Oh! All right, we're good.
Oh!
Yeah, I think that was all right. Okay, I'm going to rest that there for a sec, and I'm going to grab the buckets, the bouquet.
It's bouquet. That is nothing I care about.
All right, so if there's a disaster, we dump into the bouquet.
Indeed. I was also planning on moving this.
Oh, I see, yes. Oh, yeah, because that's free now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, here we go.
'Cause you're free to do what
we're not
you
free.
want
We're not
to
free.
do.
You lied.
There you go. Right. I was then going to go.
All right.
Huh.
You can do that. I'm going to do this. Oh, that's just going to be a horrifying crotch cam. Let's not do that.
Can you go to the top and then pull it all the way out and then just have it down here? Because I'm going to do it over the bucket.
Oh, you're going to dump, yeah.
No, but I'm going to do it over the bucket in case.
Yes.
based off of how much I struggled with a squirty bottle. Oop. Oh yes, very flat.
I can hear that. It's the whizzy whizzy noises. I don't know what you call that. Shut up. Bench cam face. That's not bad. Right, while you do that, I'm going to remove these bolts. I think it would be easier to actually dump it. It's just a matter of practice here, isn't it?
I am mostly intrigued if it's possible.
Yeah, that's kind of my point. Like, it's good practice to it's good practice to be able to remove blocks without emptying the whole system. However, given the simplicity of the setup we have here,
yes, I'm doing this because I can.
Yeah.
Not because it's a good idea.
Oh my god, what is this ATX connector?
Right? It's horrid.
Yeah.
However, I think that went reasonably well. Yes.
Oh. I'm going to get a prying tool for that.
There you go.
Oh, God.
They are
There we
absolutely
go.
horrifying, aren't they? There is something off with that connector.
Yeah. Oh, well. All right.
I can't get this one off.
Very well. Right, I'm going to try. We're going back to here now.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. No longer crotch cam.
Something, one-handed dexterity.
Right. Okay, I'm going to try and read the chat. Hello, Night Fusion. What have you missed? We've made a
everything.
Yeah, well, we made a small water cooling loop. It took, as is the custom on this channel, it took us a ridiculous amount of time to do a very simple job. However, we made a small water cooling loop with the Chinese stuff that Caradog has purchased, and it functioned about as well as intended. The temperatures were nothing to write home about. However, it's a $10 water block that looks like it cost $10. And it managed to do 200 watts of heat load without burning up. So we're just like, okay, well, that seems fine. So now we're going to put in the EK CPU block, which we believe is crap. We don't know why. It's just tarnished or just doesn't transfer heat. And we're going to see if that also has problems. Because if the EK one now gives us shoddy temperatures, that confirms that that water block is bad.
There you go.
Because it must be bad, because that's the only explanation. But until now, we haven't had another block to be able to do a comparison test to prove it. Yeah. So yes. All right.
There you go.
Okay, right. That is all of the mounts for... Do these cheap blocks have a name or a brand?
If they do, I don't know.
Okay. Right. I'm going to swap over with you. Unless...
Yep.
Yep. Oh, unless you want me to hold this in place. Yeah, okay,
If you
stand by.
could, just for long enough for me to stick this one in there.
I will hold my thingy in place so you can stick it in.
Excellent. Direct touch.
Okay, right. Hang on a sec.
What?
I'm just trying to hold this in place while it. I don't know. I'm sure there are easier ways of doing this. Oh, you're bleeding. Yeah.
I will go wash the blood away.
Where are you bleeding from?
My thumb.
Oh.
I cut across my thumb.
Oof. All right. Caradog has wounded himself and is being subbed out. Our thoughts and prayers are with him in this trying time. All right. Chat is arguing. What's chat arguing about? I have not been...
Paying attention.
I've not been paying attention.
There you go.
Right, where's number 4? Aha.
There you go.
Cool. And are we... I think there were some washers on those. Aha. Well, there's our wash. I'll use that one. There we go. All right.
Oh. Yeah.
Windows 7 upgrade was available on release day of 10. I don't know. I think everyone's arguing over upgrades of Windows 10 from 7 and stuff or something. Windows 7 to 10 free upgrades. Yes, you can upgrade Windows 7 to Windows 10 for free. You can still do it. The program that ran and then ended was the Get Windows 10, the GWX program. That was the program, not the free upgrades. The free upgrades never ended.
They have officially stopped.
But you can still activate.
You can still do it.
It still works.
But it has officially stopped. Therefore, there is no longer a cost to Microsoft for the upgrades because the program is over.
It has stopped, but it still works. Anyway, right. We were talking about keys. I don't know.
Keys?
I don't. Keys? No.
Bloody keys.
I think whatever you guys are arguing about, it sounds like semantics.
Not semantics.
Semtex.
Ah, sticky topic.
Right, okay, we've got the mounting kit for the EK. The EK is plumbed into the system.
Yes.
Very good. Right, I will pull this up there.
We will have to do this the wrong way around, just because the tubes.
Oh, the electrons will fall out.
The electrons from the water tubes. Yes, they go in there.
Right. I'll actually give you guys a view of what's going on. Whoop. Mounting up the block. Okay, there we go. Right.
Come here. There we go. Right. A little bit of shimmy shimmy. A little bit of whee. There you go.
Okay, right, yes. Chat is literally a wall of Windows upgrades that I don't care about and a little bit of grumbling about maybe the NHS. So this is what happens when I stop paying attention to chat because I can't tell them when they're talking nonsense and need to change the topic. How you doing, chat? What should we talk about? Let's have some interaction.
Chicken nuggets. Quesadillas.
Yeah.
Or as I somehow managed to pronounce them once, quisadas. I was just like, hold on a minute. That's not even the right thing I'm getting wrong.
Quenchelada, yeah.
I was like, hold on, that's not even the right thing I'm getting wrong.
RTX 4090 Ti incoming. I mean, I guess it will be at some point. Is there actually rumblings of a Ti already?
Doubt it.
No, surely
I doubt
not.
it.
Like, that would just be such a kick in the teeth to all the early supporters if they release a Ti so soon. Like, they've got to give it like 6 months or something. You know, like a courtesy 6 months before they replace the flagship. Because like the 4090 is a Halo product. You know, this is a for diehard fans. You can't just replace it with an even better one, like literally 2 months later. Yeah, 4060. Well, we haven't seen the 4060 or the Ti yet.
I haven't seen the 4070 either.
That's on sale though, isn't it?
No.
Oh, the 4070 Ti is, yeah. The Ti, the 4070 vanilla, yeah.
I can only assume this is at maximum, because it just continues to squeak. Therefore, I shall assume it is fully engaged.
Very well. All right. Are we gonna pulse the pump first because there's a big old air bubble in it? Yep. All right. I shall grab the thing.
I shall grab the pulse. I shall grab the pulse, and I shall become the modulator. Oh.
Whoop. All right.
Whoop.
That's not a view. I'm going to give you guys a view. Right. Hold on to your lunches, everyone. We're going for a ride.
Whee. There we go. There we go. There we go. Right.
And here we go. Ignition!
Hello.
It's pulling the air bubble through. And it's pushing all the air through the rad. All of the air is still in the rad.
I like how the bubbles were basically just dancing after this
point.
So like, I want to go up.
Is it just me, or are we just not getting much flow there?
I think so.
I mean, there it goes. There's the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no flow.
What's going on here?
That's just no flow. We probably should.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, because it's all air in the rad. There's no flow.
Yeah.
Like, we know that this pump has got the strength to push all of that through.
Yeah. Wild. Right, I guess we're going to literally demonstrate that in a second, aren't we?
I mean, I guess. Right,
no, we're not.
So we'll need to, You take that. I'll take this. I mean, this is just not going to work.
Yeah.
We've already seen that this is not going to work. However, I think this, because we were kind of seeing this kind of behavior before, but we just didn't have a different pump or a different block to test with, just to go, we're not going insane, are we?
Well, we didn't have block, pump, or
a different rad,
or rad to go, is it the pump, is it the rad, is it the block?
It all looked wrong, but we didn't have any equipment to compare with to confirm that it was indeed wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, because look, there's just air sat here. Yeah.
Like when we initially filled, that's why we had that, that's why that initial fill seemed so easy, because we had a pump that just went and just forced all of that fluid through. So it can't be it can't be the tarnishing in there then, can it?
Doubt it. However,
I
require the lanyard.
The thing.
Could you look up a photograph of the EK velocity block?
Yeah.
Just so we can visually confirm we're not going insane and it's not built wrong.
Sure. Yeah.
Because obviously we've pulled it apart ourselves
Yeah.
2 or 3 times and just kind of gone, I think it goes together this way.
I mean, I don't see how else it could go together. However,
No,
if we put it together wrong, that would certainly explain why it doesn't work.
But it's just kind of a case of, I want to confirm.
Yeah. Is it a velocity 2?
I think so. Quantum velocity. Oh. Let me open my email and I will tell you the full name.
Yeah. Quantum velocity. I think it might be a velocity 1. I'll look up the.
Oh, that's not how you spell overclockers. It is an EK water blocks. EK velocity AMD CPU water block, copper plus plexi.
Yeah, so it's a velocity 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Velocity, copper, and plexi. Disassembly? Disassembly.
So our idle temperature is 31C, which is not broken.
Yeah, that sounds very good.
Very good.
Yeah, you're pretty good. Metal Gear. But that's the well, I mean, yeah, hit it with a load. So what am I showing people at the moment? I'm going to take you guys over to capture with face cam.
Right.
So you can see numbers on the screen.
We have not instantly crashed, 77, 78, 79,
yeah.
80, 80.6. I know it's not going up, 80.8.
Yeah, here
81.
comes the throttling though.
Not yet. Oh yeah, kind of, slightly. $27. See, this is the thing that makes it very confusing, is just the fact of the points aren't very much different. We are at slightly less power. We are at like 5 watts less power. 10 watts less power.
The only possible thing I can think
81.4.
of.
Yeah. Is that little, this metal shim bit there, where does that little shim bit come from?
That sits in there.
It does sit there, where it is on here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm almost tempted.
And do the channels go that way, or so are the channels on the left and right, or are they on the top and the bottom? Because there's channels in the copper plate.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh.
That copper plate can be in 2 orientations.
Oh yeah, no, that's wrong.
Because
that's definitely wrong.
That is, as far as I'm aware, the way it came. So it's possible.
I will have a closer look at that. I'm 99% certain.
So it's possible that this came wrong, because I've always had these temperatures on the CPU.
Ah, okay, yeah, because okay, so hang on a sec. Let me show people what we're looking at here, because we've just had what could be a revelation here. I'm
just going to turn that off so we can.
Yeah, it's burning up, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Let me get some extension going.
Yeah, that's not right. That shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. So because I hadn't looked in there, and now I've looked in there, I'm like, no, that can't be right at all. There's no way that's how it goes. So. Le camera.
Oh, I'm pleased you weren't on bench cam for that.
No.
Fuck. Jesus.
All right, we're going for a ride again anyway, though, people. Hold on to your lunches again. I want the close up just so people can see what's going on here.
So talking about these channels.
Right, I'm just gonna focus. Yeah, okay, there we go. So
here.
If you point to them in the middle of the block, yeah,
there, and then...
right. So you can see right now...
there we go, here.
Yeah, see at the moment, those channels are running in the same direction as the slit in the jet plate.
Yeah.
Which is wrong, because it means the water has nowhere to go but just those two fins. Whereas if you had that 90 degrees, it spreads out through all the micro fins.
Which makes sense to me, but it was also a case where I was like, this is how I remember it coming.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And it's always been a bit... It's always been squiffy.
There's no way that's right.
So yeah, so it's possible that it's that.
Yeah. Fine. Okay. I'm also going to confirm it because I'm looking at a disassembly video. So I'm just going to skip through this and see how this chap reassembles it. He's doing his cleaning. He's doing his cleaning. And in the moment where I need to see it, it's... Oh, hang on a sec. We can tell because there's two little notches there. Can I have a... Where are the notches? The notches are there. And he's putting in the notches at 90 degrees to the jet plate. So they... Yeah, it's wrong.
Yeah,
needs to rotate 90 degrees. Yep. Okay.
Interesting. Whoop.
All right, we'll stay like that for now. All right, we're taking it all apart again, everyone. I'm surprised that that's not keyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. But if that's what it is, it's certainly a case of it's been like that.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I ever thought to... See, now I'm just like, how have we not noticed that at any point?
Because we assumed it was built correctly initially.
I guess,
or at least that's certainly what I assumed.
Yeah. Very well. Okay. Yeah, I'm astonished that that is not keyed to only go in the correct orientation.
Yeah. Perhaps they changed that on the 2.
Mm. Yeah, this is true. Mystery solved. 3 cheers for AliExpress water cooling. Yes.
Well, yeah, that was the reason why I got it.
I guess, yeah.
Was to be able to A/B back.
Well,
to back test everything as well.
I think that's the other thing, is that as soon as we could see that there was no flow and we knew for certain that there was a fault with the water block, that actually made us question the water block seriously.
Yeah.
Instead of just assuming that there must be an issue somewhere else.
Or a case of just,
or it could
we don't know where the issues are. There are issues, but where are they?
Right. What do you need? I don't know how to help here.
There you go. Can you take those fittings off?
I got it.
And then... Actually, you don't need to.
No.
No, because I can just hold this.
Cool. All right. Have you got... Whoops.
Yeah, they're here.
Oh, yeah. Cool. I will
just move this. Thus. Cool. Whoop. I will just stay like this for
you live there now.
a couple of moments.
Yeah.
Whilst we rotate the items.
I mean, if we swap this round and suddenly it starts working again, then that will be a great success.
Absolutely.
Like, however stupid the original issue was, and however much I'm thinking, how have we not spotted this until now? What matters is that we have now seen it and we fixed it.
Yeah.
That's
what also matters, though, is the fact that we have proved it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
From that point of view as well, it's just a case of we have proved that...
It demonstrated how to isolate the fault, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, is like, there's a phrase that I use often when people say sort of, oh, is it complicated? I'm like, well, there's no such thing as a complicated computer fault. And that's a half-truth. There are complicated computer faults. However, 99 times out of 100, it's a box that hasn't been checked or a switch that's in the off position when it should be on, or vice versa, you know. Yeah. Right, that was around there, so I'm just going to rotate that 90 degrees.
I'm just surprised it didn't like leak or something, or wasn't keyed, or you know.
Yeah.
If that is the case.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all of this has been good experience as well, because now we're looking at this as like, this is why I want to do more water cooling stuff, because like water cooling isn't complicated. I just have no experience in it.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm a little bit scared of it. And so, whereas now we're doing this, you know, we're getting more time seeing what the correct flow is supposed to look like, and how you know what is broken and what isn't. So when we're building a system and it does, you know, and we see what looks like bad flow, we're like, that doesn't look very good flow. Is that what it's normally like? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whereas now we can be like, no, that flow is not correct. We have seen other pumps flow way more than that. We know that that is incorrect.
Yeah, and it's just kind of a...
And the only way of knowing that is just doing more stuff. So, but that's the thing. That's like, I don't do a lot of water cooling stuff, and I never get requests for water cooled computers. Well, short of like an AIO, anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So now the micro fins in this block are now at 90 degrees to the jet plate. So the jet plate is now making a sheet of water directly onto all of the microfins instead of like 2 of them.
The other thing I can do to
change
test this is I'm pretty sure I've got a close-up photo of the block when I cleaned it.
Yeah,
If you could stick...
I've got that.
There you go.
You good?
Whoop. There we go. I am pleased to have learned something.
The point in the stream where Carrot and Graham justify a fuck up. Yeah, sure. It's not so much justifying. Well, you know, like, I mean, that's what you can call it, but it's more of a case of, this has gone wrong. What have we learned from this? You know?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's a case of ultimately...
Let's acknowledge the issue and think about, how did this go wrong? What could we have done differently? And what can we do to do better in the future?
Because it's ultimately a case as well as there's no benefit in just going, oh, you're wrong and this is wrong.
Yeah.
If nothing is learned from the exchange.
Yeah.
Because that's how we end up in the situation I feel we're in for like information security. Yeah. Where everyone is willing to go, oh, look at this company, aren't they so stupid? They didn't set up their security right.
Yeah.
They got hacked. Instead of, what did we learn from the exchange?
That's right. What was the security? What was flawed about it? How did it get owned? And how can they prevent that from happening?
Yeah, and not just a case of what was wrong with the security, but why was the user in a situation where it could happen?
Yeah.
Is almost always the actual answer, is why was the user in a position where they could get compromised?
Yeah. And so in this case, like on a lot of videos that I do, and you know, now and then on the podcast, there'll be someone in the YouTube comments that are just like, oh, amateurs. I'm just like, okay, but what are we doing that you disagree with? What don't you like about it? And how do you think it could be done better? And I don't mean that facetiously. You know, if you're going to turn around and say you're bad and you should feel bad, then you better back that up with actual information, kind of thing. That's so, you know. So yeah, that I think that's why I sit here and justify it, because it's kind of a moment of, if you don't ever do self-reflection, then how do you improve? So yeah, all right.
I think one of the things is,
I'm gonna get this cam set up, because what we should see when we power it on, we should see that pump go heckin' wild, mates.
Yeah, because I feel one of the things that is learning and self-development is actually admitting you're wrong.
Yeah, which is harder than it looks. Oh, that's a really awful angle. Hold on a second, I will improve it. Let's go around to here. I want a good view of that block, and I want to see that water bubble just go when we turn it on. Well, that'll do. We're going to change off of this camera in a sec when we get it running anyway. The point is, when we start this up, it should, yeah, look, it's just pumped that straight through. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Night and day different.
Yeah.
Night and day.
Cool.
So Yeah, so I think you're right. It must have been like that out the factory because
because we had such problem getting the water to flow
Yeah.
when we originally built it.
Yeah.
Before we took anything apart, before fresh out the packet,
Yeah.
it was trickling through the tubes
Yeah.
like it was now.
I was always like not super impressed by it, but I didn't know what it was supposed to look like, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
We never had particularly impressive numbers from this system.
Not on the CPU, no.
Yeah.
The GPU was great because I could put 150, 200 watts through it and be at like 50C.
Yeah. And likewise,
even with the flow restriction from this.
yeah. And also the thing is that you ran this block, you never took it apart until you retired it because it was running like junk.
Yeah.
So, because part of me was thinking, oh, how is it possible that it was like that out of the factory? It must have been taken apart and put back together again incorrectly at some point. But no, it can't have been because it's always been crap. All right. Are you looking up things then?
I am looking to see if I've actually got the photo
Yeah.
that I took when we said we were going to clean it.
Yeah.
Just because that was a really close-up picture of the
see.
block
Yeah.
when it was sat under my desk.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to fire this bad boy up. That's probably going to need to top up. I'm going to put a little bit more fluid in that in a sec. All right.
Oh, no, I haven't got great photos. Does that look like it's on the side to you?
I'd have to stare at that real close in a sec. I'm just going to get some more fluid in here, and then we'll do that. Where's one of the squeegee bottles? Could you pass? Oh, down there. I'll grab. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Put some water in this and use this to top it up. What a hemkin revelation, everyone. We sure do have fun around here, don't we?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the only photo I can spot is that one.
Yeah, I'll stare at those in a sec. All right, I'm just going to quickly pulse that pump. Come on. Can't leave the pump off for long. All right, that'll do. We don't particularly care about foam. Like, this system's going to get drained when we're done anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. Right. Could you unlock, and I'll stare real close at those pictures and give you my opinion on them.
Yeah.
Oh, can you guys hear the music from here? I'm surprised the microphones are picking it up. But yeah, we've got, it's Lo-Fi Girl on in the background.
71, not 80.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so the jet plate.
I don't think we're going to see better temps on this because we're seeing like 20 watts higher power.
Well, that's also a victory. If the CPU is actually looking for higher speeds, then that means it's got more confidence.
Yeah, we're seeing like 20 watts higher power and it's 72.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from that picture, but
yeah, unfortunately, that's the only one I got.
Yeah, however, I think it's incorrect in that picture.
Yeah. And that's October 2020, that picture.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, has it just fallen over?
no, I stopped it.
Oh, okay.
I just hit stop, but I expected it to stop.
Yes.
Not...
I just switched over to capture just to show the people what we were looking at, and then went over to a frozen picture. So yes. Fine.
No! Stop! Off! Single run. There we go. This should be 28,700-ish points.
Zoom.
But like 28,000 points out of a 5950X with overclocking of enable PBO is pretty good in my opinion. Look how much faster this is than that 4770.
Yes.
There you go. 28,596.
Fine. Like, this is one of those times where, like, the answer to the fault, the solution is very unsatisfying, but also you're very happy that it works, you know. Yeah. There's so much flow there now. Yeah, it was never right. It was never right from the beginning.
Yeah.
But just, we didn't have anything to compare against.
Yeah.
Ah!
And I think that's what threw us completely, was just the fact of, because it came like that, we assumed that's what it looks like.
I think we just assumed that, like, because, yeah, the
also, idle is not 60.
Yeah, the flow was never that impressive, but I think also in the original setup, you had, was it 2 rads or was it one?
No, it was
one big one, yeah. Oh,
that 360.
That one, yeah, it was a big 360 rad. It was 2 blocks and the pump and sort of, and we had some we had lots of loops hosing because we were experimenting with hosing runs.
Yeah.
And so I think we just assumed like, oh yeah, well you're going through that much on a load of hosing, it's not exactly going to be a jet stream.
Yeah.
However, no, it's just the block was crap.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cool. Okay.
All right. So, well, primary objective is achieved then in that case. We have confirmed that the EK block did have a fault, but it wasn't because it was dirty, it's because the jet plate, the microfins were in backwards.
Yeah, so that's cool. What I would like to do now is pull out that radiator.
The issue was staring you in the faceplate.
Yes, indeed. Pull out that radiator, put in this radiator, and demonstrate that nothing has changed. That is what I want to happen.
All right.
Assuming we have the time.
We're at 2:40. We're making fast progress now, so I'm more than happy to just keep changing out parts and keep testing.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not fussed about whether the pump works or not.
Yeah.
Specifically, because this pump is clearly
good.
Yeah,
that pump seems to be doing the job. Yeah.
It's clearly good, so that is fine.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that that's okay.
Yep. All right. Direct me if you wish.
Unplug all of that. Are these screwed in? No.
No.
Cool. I'm going to get rid of you. And then I'm going to go... What? And we're going to go for a bit of... and then... and then...
Oh, I'm going to fiddle with this camera because the mounting has come loose. There you go. It is slower to change the setup on this, but... Let's go for the high shot.
No.
Right, bench cam with face.
Yes.
There we go, that's a good shot. Now you can see what Carolyn's doing with that. There we go. Paris Com, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. And that's why you do it on a bucket, everyone. Oh, imagine if you'd been doing that over the top of an open case.
Right.
That would be the disaster. Harris says, I look forward to these streams all week now. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot, Harris. Greatly appreciated. Like, sometimes we slow down a little bit, and then sometimes we actually get a revelation and we start moving quickly again. But that's the problem. That's the problem with unscripted, unplanned live content. It is what it is. Glad you enjoy what we do.
I want this to go in this side. Yes.
Must be. Okay.
The wrong bit of the fitting came out.
I'm not going to interfere.
There we go. Right. Can you undo that bit of fitting?
Ah, yes. I was going to say you can't do the same trick twice. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, it's all wet. Oh, it's in all my nooks and crannies.
Can you undo that end?
Yes.
And then can you undo one of the ends?
Yeah.
I don't mind which end, but can you get an end off?
We're both men of reasonable intelligence. I'm sure we can figure this out between us. There you go. That one goes on there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. That's on like that. I'm going to do that just to make sure that the orientation is correct on this. There we go.
Teltac says reasonable is a bit of a stretch.
Well,
come down and say that to our faces, Teltac.
Well, some say.
Think up the insult and then start speaking.
Something northerners. Something. I don't know.
Right.
I require the power.
The power. Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, you're holding it though. Yeah. I'm going to take off the cap and get ready to add le fluid. Hot mess, says Sai. Love it. What is this Cinebench game? Is it good? It's a bit samey, if I'm honest. Is that doing a whole lot of nothing? Yeah, we've got a light. Oh, there it goes.
It's after a night out.
I'm going to cut the end off of that and just open it up a little bit more.
Do you know what you could do?
I was thinking, what was that ridiculously over-engineered, expensive Juicero? There we go. It's like me trying to race a Juicero machine. Okay, you have no idea what I'm talking about. That's understandable.
I don't look at the internet memes.
The memes. Okay, this is. Oh no, I'm out. Okay, I'm gonna get the. I'll use the funnel. That squeegee thing has the smallest opening.
I think we're good.
All right.
I think that's enough. Oh my God! Look at the flow!
I know. Flow, yes. Good. All right. I shall bring in the fans.
I mean, we don't need the fans.
Yeah, but I mean, if we run the same test again and we get even more speed and lower temperatures, then that demonstrates how putting on a bigger radiator is then increasing the performance of the loop. So yeah.
Be gone.
Good. Tenor Gaming. Hello, hello. Thanks for the tenor. Good evening, lads. I did a similar mistake when I was replacing the thermal paste on one of your gaming consoles. Reassembled it, turned on, forgot to plug in the CPU fan. Yeah. Sometimes that's the thing. You don't always know right away either. Ah.
That one got wet.
Oh, okay.
So I just left it.
Fair enough.
Also, we had 2 fans on that.
Sure.
I want to demonstrate that there is no change.
Yeah.
That is my requirement.
Why are some of the tubes yellow? Are they dyed from liquid or just coloured? The fluid just went manky at one point in this system because it didn't have proper coolant in. It was just running deionized water. No matter how deionized your water is, there'll be some germs in the system that will eventually just start growing and discolour the whole system. So yeah, they're just old manky tubes, basically. We haven't bothered using nice shiny new tubing because this isn't a long-term setup, this is a bench test. So yeah, that's basically it. Oh, ResCat. Yeah, sure thing. Make sure we don't get any kickback from that. All right, is that maxing out at 70 degrees I can see there?
Yes, we are also at like 6 watts less.
Nice. And also, like, so when we were using the cheap Chinese water block, we were bouncing around between 4.1 and 4.3 all core. Now we're at a very solid 4.325, sometimes looking for 4.4.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. The power's just gone up a smidgen. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The temperature's gone up a smidgen along.
217 watts, 71. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, that's about right.
Beautiful, great success. That's what a custom loop is supposed to do.
Yeah. And it's just kind of a case of it's like, surprisingly though, this is a custom loop, is very similar performance to the Liquid Freezer 2.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of it shows how good the Liquid Freezer 2 design is to get very close to that.
That's it.
The benefit of this is obviously you can run these fans at 0 and get this level of performance for like 10 minutes.
Dave Weldon stepping out. Thank you very much, my dude. Catch you later. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I don't think custom loops are worth it. I think the advantages of them are the modular nature of them, so you can swap parts out, and also just the ability to easily include your graphics card in on them. However, in terms of actual raw balls to the walls performance, for the CPU, I don't think they're worth it. But on the flip side, though, a custom loop, if you're including your graphics card, it suddenly starts making sense. But then again, you know, also like for aesthetics reasons, it can make sense, you know, because obviously a custom loop always looks really slick. And there's a lot of stuff that we do to our PCs that we do just because it looks good. A lot of stuff we do purely for pimp value and nothing more. So less volume in the case as well. Yeah. Chris was tempted to get a 360 Freezer 2, but the 280 seemingly does better. There's not going to be a huge amount in it. I think, like, in terms of actual surface area, there's not going to be a huge amount between a 280 and a 360. Like, I run a 280. I kind of want a 360 at home just so it actually fills the front. No, actually, I want a 480 at home so it fills the front fans up nicely. However, in terms of performance, the only thing that will do is just add more thermal mass, to be honest. Once you get to 280, I think you've hit peak performance. Everything after that is just thermal mass. Is the CPU Intel? If you can afford to come soon, you can afford to go. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
There it is.
Certainly, though, yeah. With AIOs like the liquid freezer around, it's a no-brainer. What are you ha-haing?
The liquid temp.
Oh yeah,
Apparently it's still 25.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the weakness of closed loop coolers, is there's significantly less liquid in them, so they've got less thermal mass and the heat soak will kick in a bit sooner.
Yeah.
And that does it does make a difference. Like I say, my I've got a Kraken Z62 at home, and the fluid on that sits between 30 and 40 degrees depending on load levels. So having your fluid down at 25 is really good. And like, again, we're not doing anything fancy here. You know, if all of this was set up properly with airflow and stuff, we could probably, that liquid would probably go even lower. And obviously we're running ambient, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, as I say, I think that is potentially a benefit of a custom loop, is just simply you've just got all of that thermal mass to play with. But yeah, just the headline figures of a CLC will get close. We'd probably see an improvement as we get the air out of it as well, because obviously there's still a huge amount of air in the system, which probably has some diminishing value
Yeah, it
on
will
the
do,
cooling.
just because obviously air has much lower thermal capacity.
So
Yeah, there you go, we're nearly at 30C now.
Do-do-do.
There you go, 30C.
Yeah, so now with the fans off, the fluid temperature is rising, which it would do.
Yeah, and see, we've lost 100, 125 on the clocks.
Oh, really? Yeah, what's
the CPU's now 77,
CPU?
78.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's a big difference that is having. I don't know how... I'm almost tempted to say I'd want a confirmation on that fluid temperature. I don't know how much I trust those temperature sensors. There might be an offset that needs to be applied for them, because that just seems a bit suspicious that such a small increase in fluid temperature is having such a big hit on the CPU temp.
Yeah, but don't forget how
I mean, I guess delta,
works.
yeah. Yeah, it's blowing warm air now, so.
Basically a case of the easy way of telling, yeah, see, we've got a load of cooling capacity because the temperature just dropped very quickly and there's a lot of mass.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's cool though. Yeah, see, we're down to 31.
Is there much difference between one fan AIOs or two fans? A single fan AIO is probably going to be a 120mm one, and those
are a bit naff.
Yeah, they're a bit naff. Basically, they don't really have enough thermal mass to make a meaningful difference over a run-of-the-mill air cooler. And given that you have all of the expense of an AIO, you know, in terms of, you may as well just run an air cooler if you're getting a 120mm AIO. There are some exceptions to the rules if you're running like an SFF, if you're running a small form factor rig. So if you're running like, you know, like the NZXT H1 that I did at Christmas or something like that, that had a 140mm AIO in it. And that seemed to do okay. But obviously that was there because it was an incredibly compact system. That was the benefit of it.
That's also a case of, that's kind of sometimes the benefit of the CLC, is it just moves where you're cooling.
Yes.
Because
you're piping
it's
the
here
somewhere
now
else.
that you're cooling instead of here kind of thing. And that might just work, especially in a small form factor. Much better for you.
So broadly you know, if you're doing some kind of custom setup or a small form factor, then it might make sense. Broadly speaking, though, for a standard desktop custom build, I don't think 120mm AIOs are worth it.
No. And certainly not the ones they sell in pre-builds.
Yeah. One fan AIOs are for posting PCs. Yeah, I guess. And pre-builds, I guess, yeah.
But they're often the lowest of quality.
Yeah, I don't know why they
AIOs.
I guess they just do it just so they can say, oh, it's a water-cooled PC. And it's just like, you would have done better just sticking an air cooler in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
Our performance is meh, but that's fine.
However, 240mm AIOs, which are considered small by today's standards, are still 100% valid, because at that point, like adding in the extra fan, that's a lot of additional radiator capacity. It's double the radiator capacity, and that is usually enough for it to start making a tremendous difference at that point. Because the other thing as well with a 120mm radiator is it's not just that there's only one fan on it, but it's just there's so little, the liquid will be in and out of that radiator so quickly that there's just not enough time to get the heat out of it. Whereas the bigger the radiator is, not only have you got more surface area with air flowing through it, but there's just more time that the fluid is spending going through the radiator and dumping heat. And this is why push-pull is very diminishing returns. More fans is better than push-pull, because with push-pull, you've got a bit more airflow going through the radiator, so you've got more cooling action on it, but the water is still the same amount of time through the fin stack. So that's why the returns are very limited with that. So what do I look for when I'm buying used AIOs? I wouldn't buy a used liquid cool. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. My Kraken is secondhand. I don't know. To be honest, if I was buying a secondhand liquid cooler, I'd want to buy one that's fairly modern, so a fairly modern model, because then at least you can guarantee that it's only going to have so many hours on the clock. I'd want to make sure that all the fittings are with it. Other than that, there's not a lot you can do. It's going to be a roll of the dice, as with any secondhand part. So yeah, I have purchased secondhand liquid cool. As I say, my Kraken is a secondhand one, and it's been fine. But your mileage may vary.
Don't throw it in the cookies.
I did not. However, for a moment, I thought I had. Buying used AIOs, don't. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get lucky now and then. You're going to get unlucky now and then. That's just... You could say the same thing about anything used, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. We have demonstrated that this functions and appears to be stable. Also, that there is a reasonable amount of VRM temperature.
Ah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not burning my hands, which means it's below 50.
But just a case of, it's this big.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yes, there is actually some warmth here.
Yeah, I mean, well, that much being said, we're putting about 220 watts through that CPU at the moment, which is nothing to sniff at.
Yeah.
So yeah, great. Okay.
There you go.
I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything we care about this session, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like we've no reason to believe there's any faults with anything else, because we found a fault and resolved it. And the two things that we were the most suspicious about, which was the RAD or the CPU block, those have been resolved. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's a case of just next time we obviously build stuff, we'll test out the other pump, and if it doesn't look like this, we'll know that there's an issue.
Yeah.
That's what we've gained as well. It's just knowledge of
more experience.
What it looks like.
Yeah. Very good. All right then. Chris says all the AIOs you've ended up buying with PCs secondhand are some awful system integrated shit. Oh yeah, no. If you're buying secondhand stuff, buy decent brand stuff. Don't buy some used. Like all of the system integrator ones, or the no-name brand ones, or your Golden Field or whatever, they're all going to be crap. So yeah, don't buy those.
Certainly better than it being, your Golden Glory or something.
Yeah, if you're going to buy a second-hand AIO, make sure it's like a Corsair or an NZXT or an Arctic liquid freezer. Like the big three, basically.
What do we want to do? I'm going to take the block off.
Groovy. They're poop. Yeah, pretty much. Right. Your 120mm water cooler kept your 4790K at a steady 68 degrees until you sold it. Yeah, I mean, they work.
Oh, yeah,
but
absolutely.
An air cooler could have kept it at that temperature as well. That's the thing. So I'm not saying that they don't work, but an air cooler could have done the same thing for probably less money. That's kind of the moral of that story there. So if you're buying it for pimp value, sure, but also if you're buying it for pimp value, just spend a little bit more on a 240mm. Is the answer there, I think. So yeah, it's you know, they work. They're just not worth it, if you see what I mean. So, right. Past that, I think I've enjoyed this conversation in English.
Indeed.
Yeah.
This has been a conversation in English.
It has. Yeah, you were pimping. Yeah, that's fine. I got no beef with that. Like that's another thing that bothers me. You know, just don't want to go on a rant or anything here, but when people justify excessive things and they try and justify why it's helping them, when I'm like, no, you did it for pimp value. Just say it. There's nothing wrong with doing something for pimp value, but like own it. If you do something because you think it looks cool, just say, I do it because I think it looks cool. Don't try and fabricate a story on how it's actually better, you know. Right. What's next week? No, don't know.
I have no ideas.
Yeah, no idea.
We will see what comes up.
We'll be back next week with something else. So, yep. Yeah, that's it. Right. Fine. All right. I will see y'all next week. Suggestions? Maybe. Yeah, if it's within our power. We'll see what comes up. But yeah, that's it. We're off. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see y'all soon.
Thank you for coming. Thank you
coming.
for being here.
Yeah, thank you for the super chats and stuff. And
thank you for thank you.
Thank you for things. Bye.
Thank you for being. Goodbye.